batting practice, there's just no hesitation anymore. And I mean, look, this game can humble you, right? Wait till you see a 98-mile-an-hour slider. Maybe you'll be doubting yourself a little bit again. But I was encouraged by him this weekend, and I think that it looked really good today.
We were talking a moment ago about Gehrig Crochet and the offensive approach in his starts. Richard Fitz, I never want to root for the Red Sox to lose, ever. But I'm also morbidly curious how many games they can lose while this kid goes out there and pitches his hat off. Because he's been great for them, and for some reason, no matter when it is, they just can't seem to win these games.
Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, they've never won a game that he's started, which is just insane. He's made 4 of them this year. That's got to turn. And I love his approach, Christian. I mean, he just attacks. He absolutely attacks on the mound. It's fastball heavy. I think he's got about 75 pitches in the tank tonight. But then the good news is, behind him, the Red Sox have Hunter Dobbins. So I like what they've got on the mound tonight. And wouldn't that be nice? And by the way, Christian, it's not just Fitz. It is the other starters, and by God, it is the bullpen. This offense needs to, once and for all, put up a 7 spot in the first 2 innings, so that then, even if a guy like Fitz is fighting it a little bit, or Giolito or Bayo, you say, so what? You're going to give us 6 innings, and maybe Bernardino and Chapman and Wilson and all these guys, Weiser, don't have to pitch every single game. All these things are intertwined, and so they're going to go for all 3 of these games big time, Christian. They don't have the luxury of doing anything other than that. But how great would it be if you could stay away from a lot of those bullpen arms and save them for the weekend in the Bronx, because you want to push your chips in those games, and it'd be nice to take the foot off a little bit with some more comfortable wins here at home.
Yeah, and have saved the bullpen not necessarily mean, okay, some long reliever came in and pitched 4 innings, so
Correct.
Now the bullpen's okay. No,
Correct.
Actually, the starter went deep into the game. That would be great, Will. I agree. That would be tremendous. I would love that. Will Fleming, great to talk with you. We'll hear from you with Alex Cora in just a moment, and we look forward to the call of the game for sure.
We'll try not in the future to go as crazy with oink oink after some Crochet strikeouts, but I was caught up in the moment, Christian.
I want full-on snorts next time. I want you to get even wild,
get some slop in the booth.
Oh yeah, like a mask, like those guys at the Washington games used to, in the football games. You know what I'm talking about? Like
the Hogs.
Oh yeah,
the Hogs. But in all seriousness, it's hard not to get carried away by him. And in a down season, I know he's only going to throw every 5th day, but that is reason for hope and encouragement. And if you get Bregman back and you get that big man pitching every 5th day, there are some glimmers of optimism. So again, big week starts tonight.
All right, thanks, Will. That's
Thanks,
Will
bud.
Fleming live at Fenway. He'll be on the call of the game, and also he'll be talking with Alex Cora, the manager of the Red Sox. That's coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today and feel comfortable about tomorrow.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today.
will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep, look. ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor.
You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For the best deal on tires, head to Town Fair Tire. We beat every competitor every day on every tire. Tire dealers, we beat them. Clubs, we beat them. Online prices, we beat them. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. It's Alex Cora. Here's the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the Angels as the Sox head back to Fenway for the first of a 3-game series in Boston. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora, and Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. Here with Alex Cora is the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Back home, quick hitter here, 3 games with the LA Angels with the manager Alex Cora. We've been in this routine now, Alex, with week on, week off, and now you come home. The weather seems to have turned here in Boston. You get a big series win in Atlanta. This is kind of a fun week and opportunity for your club.
Yeah, honestly, we didn't play bad the whole road trip.
Yeah.
We just happened we got swept, and then we won 2 out of 3. The weekend before, we played okay. We split it, and the week before, we beat the Mets 2 out of 3. So, honestly, we need to start talking positive, right? We know where we at. We're 62 games into the season, whatever it is, but we play well this week, and we have to create momentum. We get a chance to get healthy, which is the most important thing. We got Romy back. We got some good matches for him and for Rev, and hopefully we can cash in.
People often talk about Memorial Day as sort of a milepost to gauge a team, but how about as a manager? It sounds like, are you do you get to learn a team after a couple months, their personality, what they need, what they don't?
Not us, because he's a different personnel than a few weeks ago. So we just got to continue to work hard and kind of like change the narrative, to be honest with you. I think sometimes we get caught up on we're hurt or this and that, or we're not scoring runs, or the bullpen blew some saves. You know what? This is where we at right now. We get a chance to do something special and, like I said, show up today and win a game.
Speaking of special, Gehrig was every bit of that yesterday. 99 pitches, 6 innings. Was that a hitter-by-hitter thing? And what did you see from him, that look in his eyes?
No, it wasn't about that look in his eyes. It was the stuff, to be honest with you. And he goes out there to get, the lefty out and probably give him the next hitter. We were debating, Acuna, not only because of where he was, but kind of like matchup related, right? We had Weiser for the top 3 righties, and then we have Willow for Olsen, right? And that's why we needed to bring Weiser earlier than what people expected, right? And we almost did, because of the matchups. But, he got the second out, and I'm like, you know what? This is our guy. It really doesn't matter, there's a reason we do a few things here. Not differently than other teams, There's a reason we deload him against the Mets, and now with the off days, we can be a little bit more aggressive, and it paid off.
Yeah, because he's now whatever it is, 219 pitches. But does Thursday give you the chance to not have to go back to something like 85?
100%. And I think we're in a good spot right now. I think the schedule, and I've been talking about the schedule for a while in spring training, it plays into our advantage. We grinded a lot. There were 2 stretches there that we play a lot of games and a lot of close games. And now, we had Thursday off. We get Thursday off. We do it again and again and again. And I think this is going to benefit the pitching staff.
Meanwhile, you've been saying for a long time now, got to get Trevor Story on the fastball. And first inning, sure enough, 93, dead center, almost another home run. Isn't it amazing with him specifically how the light can just kind of go on?
Yeah, and I usually don't challenge guys on the media, right? But we need him, for this to happen. We need Trevor Story. That's the reason he's here. It's the reason he was hitting in the middle of the lineup early on, and we expect that. We expect him to get hot and carry the offense for a little bit, and ended up hitting the middle of the lineup. And he's put good swings. He started with McGill, the closer of Milwaukee, right? That inning that at the end we put a lot of pressure on them, and Connor came up with the bases loaded, I think it was. 100 up in the zone, good breaking balls, and he took the walk. And then after that, he has gained momentum, and it looks like he's in a good spot.
So a perfect day to give Marcelo his first day off, because you got the lefty on the mound. And we've said this so many times, Alex, with Rob and Romy in there, it's such a more professional offensive group, isn't it?
Yeah, and, I know the numbers, and they brought it up today, reverse splits. You got to be careful, right? Marcelo Meyer has a handful of games in the big leagues. That guy on the mound, he's a veteran. If you take a look at the guys that had hit him hard, they're veteran guys that have learned how to hit him. So a good day just to sit here and be ready if we need him halfway through a game or late in the game to play defense, and just let the 2 boys earn their salaries.
Richard Fitz is on the mound. He was obviously very short in 3 innings last time. You feel like you can push him a little more, and you have Hunter behind him.
Yeah, we're in a good spot. Obviously, stay away from certain guys because of the workload, but having those 2 guys together, hopefully they can go 8 and somebody gets a 9 and we have a big lead and we can breathe.
Wouldn't you like, Alex, I mean, you keep talking about this, about how all these things are related. If you could get 7, 8, 9 runs up for like 4 or 5 days, I know you're not going to do it every day. Wouldn't it be great for you, though, to stay away from Chapman for a few days?
1,000%, and for me too. For the guys too. Like having a game that you can take a few guys out, get at bats for the bench. That's always important. But this is where we at. We just beat a good team 2 out of 3. We beat the Mets 2 out of 3. We grinded against Milwaukee, who went to Philadelphia and swept them. So I think we're in a good spot, man. We're gonna be okay.
You were just talking about how Cutter is going to throw another live BP. it strikes me that his mentality, as much as his stuff, could really impact this staff, where you're pretty young and you got guys trying to figure out their roles. What could he mean, just that competitive fight on the mound?
No, it'd be great, and I think the stuff, too, is going to benefit us. And we got certain guys that are young, but at the same time, he's still young, but he's lived through it, right? And he's been in this mix for a while now. He understands what it takes, to perform at this level. What it takes to go out there with five days, regardless of how you feel, and it'll be a good addition for us.
Mike Trout back in the building, and anytime these generational players come around, it's hard to take your eyes off them, and we don't get to see them as much as we see Judge and some of these other greats in the game. Over all your years watching them in this dugout, Alex, and out in Anaheim, what impresses you the most about him?
I think the professionalism, to be honest with you. He's had some good games against us and some bad ones, and he's the same guy, very polite. He plays hard. There's no drama around him, right? He enjoys playing the game. It's been a while for him to be healthy and being able to perform the way we know he can. But it's always good to have him in the game, like we always said, right? Having the best players on the field matters to the sport, right? And having Mike Trout playing, it means a lot.
Last thing, we haven't seen the Yankees yet. Obviously, they finished a series out in L.A. last night. I know you're focused on these three with the Angels, but do you wake up and start a week and say, all right, this is a week where we see our arch rival? Is there a different feeling starting this week?
Yeah, because Thursday's an off day and the family's going to be there, so we got a lot of stuff to do in New York, man. It's already planned, and there's if I say no, I'm going to be in trouble.
Just don't go to the Museum of Ice Cream. I've made that mistake before. Thanks, Alex.
Okay, man.
That was Alex Cora with the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming. It's the Red Sox and the Angels, first of three from Fenway, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. We got scoreboards, we got lineups, and we got a couple of locks of the night. I decided to get a little more really what it is I missed the last couple, so now I'm trying more. I'm throwing a few more darts at the board. We'll see if maybe we can get one to stick. That's all coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
20% off sunglasses from Shadin Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadin. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Prepare for juicy house-smoked meats so good you'll lick other people's fingers. At Smoky Bones, we're giving you one big meal deal. Bones Big Duo is now just $14.99. That's an app and an entree combo for under $15. Smoky Bones, the masters of meat.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
So you have a podcast, and you really want to make money with it? Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. It's time now for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. Leading off for the Red Sox in left field is Jarren Duran, who's been going through it lately. He's hitless in his last 16 at-bats. He'll be followed by Rafael Devers, the DH, who leads the American League in both RBI and in walks. Rob Refsnyder will play right field and bat third, followed by Carlos Narvaez, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Romy Gonzalez, who was reinstated today from the 10-day IL. He last played earlier in the month of May, back on May 8th. This will be his first game there. He's in the 5 spot. He'll be followed by Abraham Toro at third. Trevor Story at shortstop, who had 5 runs batted in the Atlanta series. That's significant for him this year. Ceddanne Rafaela in the 8th spot in center field. And Christian Campbell has been moved down to 9th in the lineup. This is his first time batting 9th. He has hit 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th everywhere in the lineup except for 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. He will be behind the starter, Richard Fitz. For the Angels, speaking of leadoff men who are in slumps, Zach Neto, the shortstop, is in a big slump in his last 9 games. He's 6 of 34 with 3 errors committed in the field at shortstop. He'll be followed by Nolan Shonowell at first base. Taylor Ward is your left fielder, and Jorge Soler will bat cleanup and play right field. He'll be followed by Mike Trout in the 5 spot at DH. He's been 5 for 10 with a double and 2 RBI since he came off the IL. It's his first game back since May 8th. Logan O'Hoppe will bat 6th and do the catching, followed by Joe Adell, the center fielder. Luis Renifo will be your third baseman, batting 8th, and Scott Kingery in the 9 spot will play second behind the starter, Tyler Anderson. It's time now for the Subaru scoreboard update. A little love goes a long way at the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. One game in progress to tell you about, that would be the Rockies and the Marlins. I remember when those two teams were expansion teams. Playing each other in Miami. The Rockies up 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Still to come tonight, the Brewers and the Reds will get underway at 7:10. Aaron Savali and Brady Singer will be your starting pitchers there. The Tigers and the White Sox will get going at 7:40 in Chicago. Jack Flaherty and Jonathan Cannon, the starters. San Diego and San Francisco will get it going in San Francisco at 9:45 tonight. Stephen Kolek and Logan Webb will be your starting pitchers. A 10:05 start time in Sacramento for the A's and the Twins. Joe Ryan and Luis Severino, the scheduled starters, and a 10:10 start time as the Dodgers continue to host the New York teams. The Mets in town tonight. Paul Blackburn and Dustin May will get going as the starters. Again, a 10:10 start time out there in Los Angeles. Now here's the lock of the game. It's presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. Now, Rafael Devers has been very good at Fenway Park. And as I mentioned earlier, Tyler Anderson, the lefty going for the Angels tonight, has a insane reverse split. Like very, very bizarre. Lefties crush this guy, and righties cannot hit them. So, Rafael Devers, if you're into this type of thing, an anytime home run for him is plus 370. An RBI is plus 125. And if you want to go over 1.5 bases for him, it's minus 105. And by the way, the Angels' offense lately has been terrible. In their last 8 games, they've scored 16 runs and have managed an on-base percentage of .262 in 8 games. That is not very good. So I'm thinking Fitz maybe goes over 2.5 strikeouts. I may even tease it up to over 3.5 strikeouts. That's just how I'm feeling about Richard Fitz in this start. Because he does strike a lot of guys out. As we heard from Willie, goes right after batters. And the Angels offense, even with Trout back in the lineup, and he has given them a bit of a boost, but that Angels lineup is not very good. So those are the locks. Feel free to fade them if you want, as I encouraged Andy Hart to do. Or you can go ahead. This is not a Costanza pick, by the way. I'm not saying do the opposite. This is what I believe will happen tonight. So we'll go for it like that. All right, one more thing to tell you about, and that is the New England Chevy Dealers question of the night. Every game, we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And it's an interesting one today. Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks will discuss, when their careers are over, who do you predict will be considered the best outfielder of this group? Mike Trout, who's DHing tonight, ironically, Aaron Judge, or Mookie Betts? Which one of those three, when all is said and done, is going to be considered the guy who had the best career out of those three? It's a good question. I'm interested in hearing what they have to say about it. And that is all the time I have here tonight. I'm Christian Arcand. This has been the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Don't move a muscle. Don't move an inch. First pitch is coming your way next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now. 20% off sunglasses from Shadin Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadin. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? On the podcast What We Spend, guests will, for 1 week, tell us everything they spend their money on.
My son slammed $6 worth of blueberries in 5 minutes.
And everything that makes them feel.
I want to own a house. I want to have a child. But this morning, I really wanted a coffee.
Because at the end of the day, money is always about more than your balance. Listen to and follow What We Spend, an Odyssey original podcast. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win on a wall double by Devers. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo has pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
Devers is homered in 5 straight.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
On a warm and summery Fenway Monday night, we welcome you to America's most beloved ballpark on Lou Gehrig Day. As today, the Boston Red Sox welcome the LA Angels for the first of a 3-game series. Boston coming off a stirring series win in Atlanta to get 3 games below 500. They come in today 8.5 behind the New York Yankees, whom they will see this weekend in the Bronx. Meantime, the Angels, managed by Ron Washington, almost lost 100 games last year. Made some big-time investments. Mike Trout is back off the injured list. He has hit, but the Angels come in 6 below and well back of the pack in the AL West. Along with Will Middlebrooks, I'm Will Fleming, welcoming you to what is a very special day here at Fenway and throughout Major League Baseball. It's Lou Gehrig Day, where we remember all of those lost to ALS, those still struggling with that horrible disease. We'll have members of the Frady's Family Foundation on with us a little bit later in the ballgame to talk about Pete's legacy, the wonderful impact of the Ice Bucket Challenge, and so much more. You couldn't possibly have dialed up a nicer night for a ballgame today. Red Sox feel like they're pretty well set up on the mound. They'll start the ballgame with Richard Fitz. And they got Hunter Dobbins waiting in the wings. Meantime, the longtime veteran Tyler Anderson, who has not pitched well against the Red Sox and has gotten hammered in this ballpark, he's on the mound for L.A. Lucy Frades is going to throw out the first pitch here, which is such a cool thing. What a remarkable legacy, heightening awareness on Lou Gehrig's disease. This, of course, the day, June the 2nd, that we lost Lou Gehrig. And an emotional tribute paid to Sarah Langs last night on the ESPN telecast. It's a disease we still have a long way to go to figure out, as Lucy Frades just fired an absolute strike, caught by Liam Hendricks, and Marcelo Meyer caught the other ceremonial first pitch. Marcelo gets a day off for the first time in the big leagues. It's the right-handed lineup for Alex Cora and the Red Sox. That means Rob Refsnyder, the returning Romy Gonzalez, and they'll load him up from the right side. Time now for our national anthem, which is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
And now, here to perform the national anthem is an a cappella group from the Roxbury Latin School. Conducted by Rob Opdyke, please welcome the Roxbury Latin Latonics.
Oh, stay, and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, home of the
Thank you.
Hard to do much better than that. The Roxbury Latin Latonics, honoring America with our star-spangled banner. The buzz in the air as the Red Sox come home. This is a weird week for the Sox, coming off a two-city road trip. Just 3 here with the Angels. Off day Thursday, and then Garrett Crochet will take the ball for the Red Sox in the Bronx on Friday night. 3 primetime affairs. The Red Sox want to go to New York with momentum, but first things first, they need to get the job done against this Los Angeles team that has lost 7 of its last 8 to fall 6 below 500. They're always a threat. They've hit a lot of home runs, in fact, from some unexpected places this season, have the Angels. But any team with Mike Trout is always going to be a danger. This is the second closest ballpark to his home of Millville, New Jersey. And for whatever reason, Trout has not usually done that much damage, but knock on everything that's wood in all the broadcast areas here. He's 5 for 10 since coming off the injured list, is Mike Trout. And Will, it doesn't matter the record, the age, what's been going on. I always find it a delight to see Mike Trout, who really is one of the great all-time players. He is the marquee player of this generation, and it's cool to see him at a great place like Fenway.
Well, you always want the league's best players on the field, and he's missed so much time over the last 3-4 seasons. And to your point, yes, it is a pleasure to watch the best of the best play the game, because we're lucky to have a handful of these guys that are generational players right now.
See another one this weekend. The outfield wearing number 99 for the New York Yankees. So a star-studded week for the Red Sox. Speed Report is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. And, well, Richard Fitz, they think maybe 75 pitches. They feel good with Hunter Dobbins right behind him after that. And velocity has not been an issue for Fitz. I mean, he's been in the mid-90s regularly since coming off the injured list.
Yeah, it's been more trying to find early count weak contact and being more efficient with that pitch count, just because he is limited right now. Saw him at 3 innings, 44 pitches in his last start, about the same in his rehab start, the one that he did have. It's all about efficiency for here, but turning it over to Dobbins, you got to feel pretty good about.
We're going to take a 60-second break, come back with the lineups in the first pitch. The Red Sox and the L.A. Angels. Alex Cora comes out to the home plate umpire. It's not Ron Washington bringing out the card for the Angels, but AC yields to Jose David Flores. I beg your pardon. Why not? He did it yesterday in Atlanta. They got a series win. We will return in 60 seconds to Fenway. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks, you get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Don't just pass the vibe check. Ace it with drinks like Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, or any size soft drink for $1.39. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Just about ready to go. The Red Sox and the L.A. Angels. Richard Fitz jogs out onto the diamond of the Red Sox in the home white unis. Ready for a ball game. The starting lineup today is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For Ron Washington and the Angels, they're 26-32. Zach Neto has gotten hot of late. He leads it off for these Angels. He's the shortstop. He was promoted so quickly to the big leagues after being drafted a couple summers ago. Neto leads off. He's the shortstop. And then Nolan Shonowell, left-handed hitter. He's at first base. And then Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward has 16 homers and 38 RBIs this season for the Angels. He bats third ahead of Jorge Soler. Some of the most prodigious power anywhere in the game. The World Series MVP, Jorge Soler, cleans up ahead of Mike Trout, who overall this year is batting .207. He does have 9 homers, and as I said, 5 for his last 10 since coming back. To the lineup, Logan O'Hoppe catches, bats 6th. Joe Adele is in center field. He bats 7th. The third baseman, Luis Rengifo, bats 8th. And then Scott Kingery is at second base, and he bats 9th. Meantime, the Red Sox, as we said, against the lefty Anderson, go heavy with right-handed hitters, but not at the top of the order. Jaron Duran leads it off, and then Rafi Devers, the DH, bats second. Rafi did have a glove on his hand, by the way, today, sort of out on the left side of the infield. More shortstop, just sort of touch and feel than anything, but it's definitely noteworthy anytime the leather rejoins Rafi these days. Rob Refsnyder bats third. And then Carlos Narvaez, who's been such a revelation, he cleans up and catches. Romy Gonzalez is back off the injured list. A very brief visit to the big leagues for Nate Eaton. He was optioned back down to AAA today. Romy at first, batting 5th. Abraham Toro plays 3rd. Marcelo gets the day off. Toro switch hitter bats 6th. Then Story, who's so hot, shortstop bats 7th. Cedon in center batting 8th. And Christian Campbell down in the 9-hole at second base. Richard Fitz, as always, takes his hat off, stands on the back slope of the mound, looks to the heavens, takes a deep breath, and he soaks it all in on an utterly spectacular Fenway Park night. Richard is ready to go, but he's going to have to hang on because a lot of the people we were honoring in wheelchairs taking a little extra time to get down Elephant Alley. It's Italian night here at Fenway Park. And Lou Merlone just put the giveaway jersey on.
Soaking it up.
Well, it's not an act with him.
No, it's not.
He's got the Italian horn around the chain. Just a few more minutes to clear the field. What are you looking for here from Richard Fitz?
Well, I mean, you said it earlier, velocity hasn't been an issue, but, I'm looking for that fastball top of the zone, just above it for some swing and miss up there. He's got three shapes of his breaking ball with the sweeper, the slider, which is a downer, and then that big curveball. So he likes to mix it up. There's some free swingers in this lineup for the Angels, so I'll have to be careful first pitch.
Rod Washington, one of the all-time characters in the history of baseball, is in the third base dugout looking on as Zach Neto, right-handed hitter, digs in. Fitz throws and a fastball fouled off on the first base side, and we are underway. 7:12 p.m. and it's 70 beautiful degrees in Fenway Park. 0-1. Fitz into his wind, he throws, and a high fly foul down the right field side. Out of play, and it's 0-2. For as well as Fitz has pitched, and he has, Red Sox never, and I mean never, win when he starts games.
Which is odd, but that's, we've seen it with Crochet and other good starts, and the offense just being so inconsistent, and at times not scoring at all during these good starts.
Limited to 44 pitches over 3 innings. They think about 30 more than that tonight. Fitz, the 0-2. He is outside. Slider. He's got both the breaking balls, but that's the more dominant of them. 1-2 to Neto, who comes in 270 with 9 homers and 20 driven in. No score, just underway. The pitch. That's another sweeper-looking pitch that missed outside, and it's 2-2.
Now, how often have we seen 0-2 counts from these starters for the Red Sox and then just waste pitches? Nothing close enough to get by.
Especially on a pitch count, not great. But it is just the first hitter. The 2-2 is driven high and deep to left field. This thing is absolutely crushed. It's going to leave everything into the back row of the monster seats. A hanging slider. Fitz gets ahead 0-2, triples up on breaking balls, and it's a leadoff homer to Neto.
Well, how many times are we going to see that, right? You got to read these swings. So many times these guys, you saw 2 late swings on 96. All right, and then you show him breaking balls that he spits on a foot out of the zone. That's the slider right there. He threw the same pitch, second pitch of the at-bat, top of the zone, middle of the plate, just can't throw it there.
Nolan Schanuel, left-handed hitter, takes pitch outside for ball 1. Unfortunately, that has just been too frequent an occurrence for Red Sox pitchers this year. Ahead, leaning on secondary and yielding big-time damage. 10th homer for Neto. Here's Schanuel looking at a pitch that's low, a fastball, and it's 2-0.
I'm going to keep shouting it from the mountaintops, Willie. We got to throw the fastball more. We just do. How many times have we seen that?
Especially with a guy like this on the mound. The 2-0 is outside, and now 3-0 to Schanuel. He's got a really good heater, does Fitz.
He does, and the misses, and we've seen this with a lot of guys, it's just the misses 0-2 are way too big. They got to be tighter. They got to be closer to the zone to be efficient.
Here's a 3-0 pitch, and it is a good one. Fastball, bottom of the zone. Outside corner, and it's 3-1. Schanuel, 273. Not too much power so far. 3 homers and 14 driven in. Another guy who raced to the big leagues out of their minor league system. 3-1. Here's another strike. Didn't necessarily have to be. Home plate umpires Chad Whitson. Crew chief Chris Guccione is at first. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield Marinated Pork Tenderloins. Elevate your grilling game with Hatfield. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and put pork on your fork. 3-2 is foul off, third base side. Coming into play today, the Red Sox 16 wins and 14 losses here at Fenway. Disappointing end to their last homestand, dropping the last 2 to the O's. 3-2, swinging a foul. Well, Fitz is not missing bats early in this start. That was another big looping breaking ball, and Schanuel fouled it back. 3-2.
Yeah, not the start you're looking for, and I'm not just talking about the homer. I'm just talking about overall command of what it looks like, these first 2 hitters.
3-2. Inside, he walked him. Huge bat flip on the walk from Schanuel. Well, now you ask for real trouble. You got a run in, 1 on, and now nobody out for Taylor Ward, who's hit 16 homers. Just one time in my life, I'd like to experience what Zach Neto just did and you did so many times. What it would feel like to hit a ball on that trajectory in this ballpark.
It's a decent view to have.
Here's Taylor Ward, who takes a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, hitting a homer in the big leagues anywhere is a good feeling, but here, over the monster, you got the sit-go sign up there.
Especially since he knew it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
He could admire it. Up against that green backdrop, 0-1. Back on the infield, over to Pull. The 0-1 is a little looper that's going to beat the defense. So unlucky, fisted looper into right field. They played the percentages, and it did not work this time. And the Angels have the first 3 men on base, 1 in. And buckle up, here comes Jorge Soler.
Soler, 199 career home runs. Looking to become the 7th Cuban-born player to reach 200.
That can
Pretty
wait.
short list.
That can wait for later in the week.
Yeah, totally.
But he is scary. 8 homers so far this year. The pitch is swung on and missed. Man, that was a good sweeper away from Soler, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, I've never seen Soler not swing for a homer. That is his swing. He comes out of his shoes every time he lets it fly.
Well, and when he connects, it is impressive. 0-1 is outside. He just keeps throwing these sliders, does Fitz. Now, the book on Soler, I'm sure, is that he can turn around any velocity. Big, strong, right-handed hitter. 1-1. Trying to stem the tide is Fitz. Pitch. Slider outside. And it is 2-1. Jorge Soler won the World Series, was the MVP of it in 2021 with the Atlanta Braves. Think about that star-studded team. And he deserved every bit of it. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Man, good thing he got that fastball high enough up out of the zone. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, that Braves team, I'm thinking back on there were those additions at the trade deadline that they brought in that were all so clutch for them. Rosario was another one.
2-2. At the corner, still nobody out with a run in for LA. The pitch is outside. That sweeper just does not have it so far tonight. It's 3-2.
I think he's thrown one good breaking ball to this point through 20 pitches. Fastball up plays. The numbers don't lie.
And now you got Mike Trout on deck. 3-2. The pitch is loop foul. He got lucky right there. I mean, that's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball center cut, and Soler was late on it. He's sort of looking out at Richard as if to say, try me with that one more time. So now a really unenviable position for Fitz. He knows that Soler's sort of on that fastball, and he doesn't have the sweeper right now. 3-2 is fouled back. That was a better location away from Soler. Challenged him. He's thrown 22 pitches and doesn't have an out.
Not good when you're on a limited pitch count.
Well, 5 minutes ago we thought the Red Sox were loaded up with pitching. That has changed immediately. 3-2. Fitz at the belt. Throws. Soler grounds one toward third. Toro off his glove. I'm not sure they were going to turn 2, but they cost themselves an out. LA scores. The Red Sox are kicking it around, and it's 2-0 Angels.
Yeah, this is one of those choppers, and as a third baseman, you got to make a decision. Do I go in and get it, or do I take that 2-step 45-degree angle back and get myself a bigger hop? Toro just kind of stayed in one spot, like cement-footed, and that makes it for a really tough ball to glove if you don't move your feet. But look, this is a guy who hasn't been playing a ton of third base.
Well, yeah, and it was a little surprising. I mean, Romy comes back, and he's at first base, but Toro, it was unusual. You get it, giving Meyer a day off, and here's Mike Trout.
I almost thought we would see Romy at third.
Yeah, but he hasn't played there much either.
Yeah.
So this game is already teetering. It's the top of the first inning. Angels with 2 hits. That's a big error. And here is Trout. The pitch is outside. Sweeper. Ball 1. Does Toro, if he charges that ball decisively, does he have a chance at the plate?
He has a chance at the plate. That's the ball. You come in, you get it, you just take the one out at home.
1-0. Pitts looks to second. The pitch. Trout pops it foul on the first base side. I mean, truly an all-time great. Mike Trout is Rookie of the Year, 3-time MVP, 9 Silver Sluggers. And if only he'd been able to stay healthy. 1-1. The pitch is high with a fastball, and it's 2-1. As we said, for whatever reason, especially early in his career, Trout did not do that well here at Fenway Park. He's got a chance to blow this game open in the first inning. 2-1. Pitch is outside. Sweeper that is like so many tonight. Way outside, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Trout and I were rookies together in 2012. I had no shot at Rookie of the Year. You have to get 30 bombs and about 50 stolen bases.
He's only hit 1 homer in 34 games here. The 3-1 is number 2. This thing is pounded way back to left center field. Adios. Are you kidding me? One of the biggest home runs you'll ever see at Fenway Park, and one of the game's greats just lifted off. It is 5-0 Angels.
454. 112 off the bat. Goodness gracious.
I mean, you cannot fall behind great hitters like that.
Well, you also can't throw him a fastball right down the middle, right? There's just been a lack of command here in the first. All pitches, he's fallen behind because of that lack of command. And to your point, this lineup's got some pop to him. You miss over the center when you're down. Good luck.
Well, the error just sort of puts salt in the wounds. You can't throw a fastball more center cut than that. And Trout knew it. Wow, how could you not? Whew. I mean, that hit out by the light tower, sort of between it and that flagpole. That is big boy territory. Not many righties hit balls there.
Goodness.
So now, after a visit from Andrew Bailey, this becomes a huge nightmare for the Red Sox, not just tonight, but all week. Here's Ohapi Logan, right-handed hitter, fouls it off. You got the off day Thursday, but that doesn't matter if you burn through your bullpen in this series.
Well, and even more so, it's like you build all this momentum in Atlanta, you win a series, then you come here and you're just hoping to build off of that and get something going here, and this is how you start the first game.
Hunter Dobbins already has his warm-up shirt off. You can understand that. Fitz has very little tonight. He'd be the first to tell you. 0-2. I mean, that's been the pitch that's killed him, because his fastball's good, and you and I both advocate for throwing it more. But when they can just eliminate the other stuff, nobody can get fastballs by. 1-2 is a ball. Slider. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, it was a borderline pitch there, but just with the lack of command we've seen, you're not going to get those close calls right now.
Hoppy, 14 homers, 30 driven in. 2-2. Pitch is a looper back of first base. Romy on the run is there to make the play. And that is a sarcastic back bay cheer right there. 5 runs in, and at last the first out. But truly, you just do not want to pillage the bullpen with what you hope are 3 super important games this weekend in the Bronx. But the way this club's playing, you can't even think about that. Here's another homer. Adele launches one way out of here on to Lansdowne. The third massive big fly for the Angels. They are teeing off, and it's 6-0.
Just another fastball right down the middle right here. Look, they know he doesn't have, to your point, you made a very good point, Will. He has nothing else that he can throw for strikes right now. He feels like fastball is the only pitch he's able to throw over the plate. And they are just hunting it and eating it alive right now.
Well, now a really uncomfortable spot for Alex Cora and, of course, for Richard Fitz. I mean, Dobbins is not up yet. Pitch is a strike, but they're not in a position, the Red Sox right now, to manage with any sympathy. I mean, you got to go the distance. As many pitches as he can throw. Here's the line drive in the left field. Duran has to leap in the end in front of the warning track. He's there to make the play at last. 2 down. And by that I mean, Will, if he's got 75 pitches tonight, he's going to throw them.
Yeah. To your point, yeah, you absolutely have to reserve some of these guys when you're already down 6.
The point you made about the inability to sustain any momentum, just maddening this year. 6-0 LA. 2 down in the first inning. The pitch misses low. We got to tally up the total combined footage of these 3 home runs. I mean, just as savage as you could be. Here's a pitch that is a strike, a slider, and it's 1-1. Trout went 454, Adele 404, and Neto 389. Here's a hard ground ball on the left side, backhanded by Story. Deep in the hole, he throws across in time, and mercifully, the top of the first inning is over. 1,162 feet of home runs hit in the first inning by the Angels. They put up a half dozen runs. Now I guess the offense better get it going for the Red Sox when we return. Duran, Devers, and Refsnyder in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
No time like the present to get the offense going. Tyler Anderson, longtime lefty, is on the mound with his funky delivery. Jarren Duran takes a ball outside. The next one is a strike on the outside corner. Anderson, 35 years old. He's pitched okay for the Angels this season. 1-1. Little hitching delivery, and Duran pops it up into center field. Joe Adele drifts into his left. He's there to make the play. And there's one away. I think it's a little encouraging that Duran has hit the ball in the air a couple of times lately.
Yeah, the timing's getting better. And looking at Anderson, he hasn't exactly thrown the ball great. He's thrown the ball well, but they win when he pitches. They've won 8 of his 11 starts, so they swing it.
He has not pitched well in 3 starts here. Holds the glove right next to his left ear like he's listening to a conch shell for the sound of the ocean as Raffy takes a fastball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. I'd like to be on the ocean right now.
I'll drive you.
6-0 Angels, the 0-1. Raffy drives one into left center field, but it'll hang up. Adele to his right. Talk about a tale of 2 half innings. 2 quick outs for the Red Sox. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer. by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. They're here for the Jimmy Fund and here for good. So now Mike Trout is one hit away from tying Tim Salmon for the second most in the Angels' all-time hit list. That one should count for 5 today as Ref Snyder takes a fastball, strike one.
Yeah, that was a grown man homer. That was pummeled.
You were bragging to us about how you hit one sort of near there in batting practice. The 0-1 to Ref Snyder is low. I would be happy if I could hit my driver there.
That was a good trajectory for one. My goodness.
That was like a long drive competition swing. 1-1 to Ref Snyder. Foul ball on the third base side. So here are the people. He almost hit it to the right of the flagpole in center field. It's so hard to do that. In fact, only 6 people have ever done it. Hank Greenberg, Jimmy Fox, Moose Skowron, Yaz, Bob Mitchell, and Jim Rice.
So out of the stadium?
Yeah, all the way out to the right of the flagpole. 1-2 is down and in. When the Braves came here in the COVID year, they had Ozuna and Riley back-to-back days hit 3 homer games, and one of them was very close to getting all the way out. 2-2. Ref Snyder swings and misses. He's gone on a changeup. The Red Sox got to dig deep right here. They are down 6-0 after an inning on the Shaw's Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Emma Greed, and I'm the host of the Aspire podcast, a show where I talk to the world's most brilliant minds about building the life of your dreams. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the Nissan Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual.
The Greg Hill Show. Weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Richard Fitz has been lifted from the game for Hunter Dobbins. That surprises me. I guess the Red Sox just sort of thought, well, maybe we can bring Dobbins in. You got now 24 outs to work with. See if he can right the ship. I think this first inning is really interesting for Hunter because he was wobbly out of the bullpen in his return to the Red Sox. Here is a fastball that's fouled off to the leadoff man, Zach Neto. Outside of third, it's strike one. It's never a good sign when the opposition has their leadoff man begin each of the first 2 innings. That's the deal here. Neto swings and misses at a fastball up and in, and it's 0-2. I know that a lot of thought and care goes into these decisions, and I know they were convicted with the choice they made. Wonder whether right now Andrew Bailey, Craig Bresler are thinking, man, what if we just started Dobbins and had Fitz behind him? 0-2. The pitch is lined down the right field line toward the pesky pole in the corner, and Ref Snyder back into his lefties there to make the play.
Or maybe have Fitz do a normal rehab stint. You know, make at least one more start.
Build up a little bit.
Work on his stuff, rather than put him right back in the big leagues. Although he looked much better than in his last start. He looked fine. The pitch count was just low.
Yeah, he did look really good. And Dobbins is, as you know, had a hard time getting through an order 2-3 times as Nolan Shonwell fouls a fastball off on the third base side, and it's 0-1. Hunter Dobbins, I love this kid. I mean, he's just got a very competitive mentality on the mound. 0-1 is down and in. He also has one of the more delightful pre-game routines of anybody I've ever heard of. He chugs a Dr. Pepper before every game that he's going to pitch in. Here's a 1-1 pitch that's skied into center field. Shonwell gave this one a ride, but Sadon with his feet just onto the dirt in front of the 379 is there to make the play for out number 2.
I don't know if chugging anything that carbonated is great before a game, but hey, look, if it works. Yeah, I mean, that's very Texan of him. I will give him that.
It's a home of DP.
Probably just chugs a DP and has a ribeye in the bullpen before he comes in.
Here's a pitch that is a strike. Takes off his alligator skin boots and pops his spikes on.
Can you imagine you just put some cleats on the bottom of the Justins?
0-1 is a chopper foul. He's got boots. He wears them all over the place. It was so great. Easy to break in, those are.
I could see you being a boot guy.
Yeah. No. I own them because I got Texan in-laws, but to say I pulled them off would be a reach. 0-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him well. Much better for Dobbins in the second. It is 6-0 Angels after an inning and a half. We'll get to the Baldwin Group defensive alignment when we return to Fenway after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shaden Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shaden sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shaden is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Carlos Narvaez is going to lead it off for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the second. So far, not so good for the Sox. 6-0 Angels. They've got Shonwell at first, Gehrig at second, Neto the shortstop, and Hifo at third. The Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Here's Carlos, 285 with 5 homers, and he takes strike right at the bottom of the zone. Fastball, and it's 0-1. Baldwin Group, insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Carlos takes a pitch inside. It's 1-1.
I need to go catch up with Scott Gehrig because I was in Philly when he signed that deal before he ever even played in the big leagues.
1-1. Here's a line drive down the right field line. If it's fair, it's extra bases, and it is just foul. It's hard to do that.
There's not much space.
Man. The Red Sox want to look at it. The fans down there think that was a fair ball.
So, yeah. So did Soler down there in right field. He was chasing it. He was fighting it, trying to pick it up around almost like the hockey rink corner down there and right.
Red Sox will not look.
I thought it hit the wall right before it got to the line.
There's so little room down there. Narvaez thought it was fair. So after a long little delay, Anderson will get back onto the mound 1-2 to Carlos Narvaez. Man, all the momentum, the great Crochet start yesterday, gone in a flash at the top of the first inning here tonight. Yeah, the Phillies thought forever Scott Kingery was going to be like their next Chase Utley.
Yeah, he signed that 6-year, $24 million deal.
1-2. Narvaez fouls it back.
And that was in spring training of 18, before he had even touched a major league field. And then it fell apart for him. He could not find any consistent success at the big league level.
I remember seeing him in the minor leagues, and he was really kind of a gamer, good player.
Yeah, yep.
1-2. Inside. Cut fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, it was an interesting deal. I think, he was one of the guys kind of ahead of the curve as far as what they were teaching as far as bat path and how they wanted guys to hit. He was already doing that at that time.
2-2 to Narvaez, leading off the second. The pitch is fouled off his front foot. This guy, Tyler Anderson, to say his delivery is funky is like saying you're handsome. I mean, this thing is, he's got like 7 different looks. He pauses, he kind of scrapes his foot on the dirt at times. It's weird. Deception. 2-2 is outside.
Well, you got to be deceptive when that right there was his best fastball. 90 miles an hour with the four-seamer. He's going to throw four-seam, cutter, change-up, breaking balls, everything.
3-2 is fouled off on the first base side. The good news for the Red Sox, this guy is not going to overwhelm. He just isn't. And you've been in dugouts like this. If they could just put a couple across, you believe it's a game again.
Yeah, like he'll throw that cutter in there to try to make you pull him. But if you go up there trying to pull this guy, he will eat you alive with the changeup.
3-2 is high in the air into left field. Ward back in front of the warning track. He is there to make the play. Carlos Narvaez just missed that. So one away, good at bat, but ended meekly for Narvaez. This is his third start, Anderson, at Fenway, and in the previous 2, 9 runs in 8 1/3.
Yeah, well, normally lefties that do try to pitch in with that cutter and that fastball to set up the changeup, if they make a mistake over the plate, the monster's right there for these righties to just bang it off of.
Speaking of, here's Romy Gonzalez. He takes the fastball inside for ball 1. Romy, that vicious collision at the first base bag a couple weeks ago. His already large quadriceps just blew up on him. 1-0. The pitch is swung on and missed. We have seen of Romy. He can get so hot. He was hot when he went down and got hurt. Generally, when he comes back from injury, which unfortunately has happened too often, it takes him a couple of games to get his timing going, which is not unusual. The 1-1 is a chopper toward third, off the glove of Rengifo into the outfield. I think they should score that a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Rengifo was in stride into the 6 hole. That tough second bounce with all the top spin just ticked off the end of his glove. That should be a hit.
So now here's Abraham Toro, who himself made an error at third base. And again, for Meyer, giving him the day off makes all the sense in the world. He really struggled at the end of that series in Atlanta, even though Anderson kind of has these reverse splits where lefties do better against him than righties. Toro's been much better as a left-handed hitter. He takes down here a cutter, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, and the reason for that with the splits like that is it has everything to do with the way he sets up the changeup and throws the changeup. That's his best pitch. He doesn't throw that as much to lefties.
1-0. Here it is. And Toro swings and fouls the changeup back, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, if you notice, you'll watch this, Will, and it's changeups that start middle away and run off the plate away, and then fastballs up and in, and cutters in to these righties. He just wants to set up the combio.
Maybe he'll hang one to Toro right here. 1-1. The pitch is way outside. That's a good job by the catcher, Ohapi, to keep that from going to the backstop. Toro this year batting .320, slugging .580 against right-handers. Lou Gehrig Day joined Major League Baseball in the fight against ALS. Visit MLBtogether.com/4ALS to learn more. As Toro swings over the top of a good changeup, and it's 2-2. 6-0 LA. 2-2 to Toro. Pitch is fouled back. He just keeps going to that changeup. Big savings are sizzling at Shaw's and Star Market. Right now, pick up value pack beef T-bone or New York strip steak. Lamb loin chopped, bone in. $7.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon limit 2. He's had some long at-bats in this inning. Got to cash him in. 2-2. Throw to first. That was such an obvious pickoff move there. One of the things about being real funky, Will, with everything you do is that you really can't be that funky going to first or you balk.
Exactly.
So it's like, wait a minute, that looks like a normal pitcher. He's coming over. 2-2 is lined it down the right side, foul of first, and Shawnuel, who does not move well over there at first base, couldn't quite get there, and it's 2-2.
It was a nice block by Flores at the first base ball in the first base coach's box as well. Oops, I can't get out of the way.
I was just minding my business. Yankees are off tonight. They got a big win to salvage the finale last night at Dodgers Stadium. Dodgers continue with a New York homestand. They host the Mets tonight. 2-2. Carlos Narvaez is making Anderson work big time. The 8th pitch is lined into right field. That's a base hit. Romy will hold at second. That is professional from Toro, and the Sox have 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, Toro just wore him down. He kept fouling off his best changeup, that just off the plate away, and he was just getting enough of it to stay alive, and he bought himself a fastball over the plate, drove it to right.
So here now, Trevor's story. He's the 7th batter, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Trevor, 2 for 4 against this pitcher, and he is so hot right now. Drove in 3 in the first inning yesterday. Now 7 homers, 2 on, 1 out. The pitch is swung on and missed. Well, that was that changeup again. Trevor sitting dead red, and it's 0-1. How significant it would be if Trevor could carry the momentum into this week. The pitch is a double play ball to short. Handled by Neto to second for 1. Relay to first. High and wide. They can't apply the tag. Wow, that's a break for the Red Sox. Story just sort of rolled over one on the left side of the infield. Not a great feed by Neto and a worse turn by Gehrig. Kind of yanked the throw. So the Red Sox have him at the corners for Rafaela.
Yeah, these infielders know, and like a ball that's not hit extremely hard, the speed of Trevor Story, which he still has at this point in his career, you got to turn it quick. And a little bit of a rush job there at second base.
Here's Cedon, who's 8 for his last 20. We'll have some damage done right here. At the corners, 2 down, trailing 6-0. The pitch is a ball. That is an encouraging take to me. That tells me Cedon is thinking, I just watched what happened to Story.
Exactly. As part of growing up and maturing as a big leaguer, you have to watch the guys ahead of you.
1-0 is another changeup, this time a strike, beauty, and it's 1-1. Cedon, 239, 3 homers, 20 driven in. I feel desperate for a hit right here. 1-1. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. Wow. That was lucky. I think that's one of those where I don't think he went with the hands, but the barrel of the bat just sort of flung around him, made it look, I think, more like a swing than it was. 2-1. A pitch is fouled back. Man, that's the one he wants, but it was up enough out of the zone. It's 2-2.
Yeah, and Anderson, although he doesn't throw hard, he's one of those high spin rate, carry fastball guys. So at the top of the zone, even without velocity, he can get some miss.
Don't you think he's getting a changeup right here?
I would think so.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Romy at third. And a throw over to first where Trevor Story leads.
Yeah, no thanks. We want a 3-run homer here, okay?
Yeah, I would be surprised if he was taken off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cedon waits. Anderson throws, and a high pop-up behind first base into shallow right field. And Shawnuel's there to make the play. The inning is over. The Red Sox leave 2 men aboard. And after 2 innings, 6-0. Angels lead. Check in with Nancy Frates in just a moment when we come back to Fenway Park of the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Is Dad a golfer? Give him an advantage on the course this Father's Day with Shade-In Precision Eyewear. See Better, PlayBetter.com offers premium golf sunglasses at 20% off with code SPRING so he can play like the pros. Shade-In is so confident in their product that they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't wait. His next course record is the gift you could give him this Father's Day. Visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and get 20% off with code SPRING today.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back for the third, 6-0 Angels. Jorge Soler lines one foul and out of play down the right field line, and we have the delightful chance to speak to one of the great people in New England, Nancy Frates, who is trying to change the world one day at a time. Nancy, how are you?
I'm good, Will. How are you?
We're good. We're good. By now, everybody, for both good reasons and the worst reason, knows your story. The story of Pete is Soler takes a fastball outside corner for strike two. Dobbins into the wind. He throws, and Soler takes a ball outside. And, you know, Nancy, the difficult part is that we're making progress. You're raising money. You started this wonderful foundation, but there's still so much more work to do, isn't there? There
actually is incredible amount of work to do, but if you look at where we've come, and since Pete was diagnosed in 2012, we've really ramped it up, and that's not just in a small part to the Ice Bucket Challenge, which infused $220 million into research, but what is even more unbelievable is that it was announced in August right here at Fenway Park that money has been leveraged for $1 billion infusion into ALS research. And there's a lot more talent coming into the field, and it's really, there's a lot of hope.
Mike Trout is the batter. Soler struck out. 1-0 is a strike on the inside corner.
So what I want you to talk about, too, and people don't quite understand, is this isn't all about just finding a cure. It's treatments, and it's also taking care of these families who have to take care of a loved one who's going through this.
And that's exactly it. I always say that if someone gave me $1, I don't know how I would distribute it in ALS, because we wanted to go for research and a cure. Of course, that's the ultimate. But there are patients today who are on this journey that need our help with care.
1-2 to Trout is high and up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And from what I understand, it's about $250,000 a year.
And they tell you that after you're diagnosed. They say, we just want to prepare you. And private insurance, and there's no federal aid to help you keep your patient in the home.
2-2 is a line hopper up the middle, and Mike Trout is 2 for 2.
And I'll tell you, conversely, I just talked with a patient in Canada, and in Canada, they'll pay for their caregiving.
That's great. We need to make some changes with that, huh?
It's unbelievable. It's the first time I ever had an ALS patient look at me and say, financially, I'm fine.
Right.
It was incredible.
Well, you guys are always near and dear to my heart. Pete and I developed a great relationship in 2012 when we met down in Fort Myers. It was my first big league spring training, and I met him on the field, and we exchanged numbers right then and there and stayed in touch and through everything, and seeing Lucy down there, and she's so beautiful. So,
Will, you were out on the field for the iconic Ice Bucket Challenge.
Right in front of the monster.
The one that was just on the big Jumbotron is shown in everything. This organization, I can't say enough, their commitment to this disease is first and foremost. When I tell you, when we started this battle to get Lou Gehrig's Day put on the MLB schedule, of course, you've got to rally all the teams, sure, right? And, it was a process. Pete started it. Pete passed away in the middle of the fight, and he handed the baton to 2 other patients that helped bring it to the finish line. And there's a couple of things I'll say about that. The Red Sox were first on board. The Red Sox helped rally other teams. And those two patients.
Double play ball up the middle. Fittingly, that one was for Pete, even on a day that's not going well. Go ahead.
And those two patients have also passed away.
Yeah.
So you ask about the 10 years. In 2014 to today, people who were on their ALS journey in 2014, probably 90% of them have passed away.
Well, but you're keeping their memory alive, and certainly that of your son, and you're doing so much to help those that get this awful disease. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me, Will.
Always a pleasure.
Nice to see you, Will.
Of course. Thanks for being here.
All right.
We love you.
We go to the bottom of the third, 6-0 Angels in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your Block Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride and some fresh ocean air on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Six nothing Angels as we go into the bottom of the third inning. Christian Campbell to lead it off. Here's the pitch. And it is a chopper toward third. Coming on is the Angel third baseman Rengifo on the run. He throws to first. It's dropped over there by Shonwell. That'll be an infield hit for Christian Campbell.
I'll tell you what, Rengifo made a heck of a play just to glove this. It was that chopper, and it bounced. The second hop hit right on the cut of the grass. It's about 2 feet from the foul line, and it shot left towards the Angels dugout. He was able to glove that and get rid of it and make it close, but just a low throw.
And good speed there from Campbell. Not exactly squared up, but he's aboard it. Did he hurt himself? What's going on here? Are they going to say that was a foul ball? He had taken his gloves off, and now he's getting the bat back. And Alex talking to Mike Brendley, I guess it did hit off, and maybe that explains the weird spin to third.
Yeah, that would explain it. It definitely hit around that cut line on the grass, but that could be even more of a reason if it did ricochet off of his toe. But it was odd that he ran out of the box, because normally as a hitter, you feel it touch your body at all, you don't run.
1-1 to Campbell. Pitch is up the middle. Oh, man, what a snare by the pitcher Anderson. He gloves and throws to first. And Campbell is retired.
That's just how it's going right now, Willie.
Yep, it is. And how often have we said that the Red Sox are a club that could use something like this, a 6 spot in the first inning, to just let everybody breathe, take the pressure off?
I mean, the 3 spot in Atlanta with Crochet on the mound felt good. I can't imagine a 6.
Here's Duran for the second time. Pitch is outside. Herb Chambers batting order. Duran, then Devers, and Refsnyder, brought to you by Herb Chambers, Cadillac of Linfield and Cadillac of Warwick. 6-0 Angels. Pitch. Duran swings and misses. This has been his rut this year. I'm not saying that it's easy against the cutter of Anderson, but when Jaron is going bad, he pulls off of everything. 1-1. Pitch is down and in. You hope coming back here, seeing that wall out in left, might have gotten him going to that swing pattern.
Was it game 2 in Atlanta? He had 4 ground outs to second base.
Yeah.
3 on off speed.
That's not him.
No.
2-1. Here's the pitch, and it is high in the air toward the wall in left center field. It is way back, and it's off the green. Answers are found the other way. It's a wall ball double for Jarren Duran with one out in the third.
Well, you know, he hit the ball hard yesterday up the middle and the other way, and you're thinking, okay, there's clear intent to let the ball get deeper because it was one day after all those rollovers. That is a really good. So he just missed one in his first at bat on that fly ball to center. Made a little more of adjustment, fires that one off the wall.
All right, here's Devers, who shot one to center field his first time that was caught. This is all part of why Alex Cora is so insistent to Duran. Do not try to be more than you are. Doubles and triples are great for you. Here's Raffy. Fans trying to come to life. The pitch is low. Fastball. It's 1-0. Subaru New England scoreboard. It's a limited slate. The Tigers just keep winning. I mean, they're in south side of Chicago. That's a one-sided series, and it's 3-0 Tigers in the first inning. 1-0. Devers takes a ball outside. Little love goes a long way in the 25 Subaru Forester hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. When you're trailing by 6, it's important for a guy like Devers to not think about trying to do it all himself.
Well, you can't hit a 6-run homer. I can promise you that.
I feel like the one Trout hit should almost count for 6.
At least 5.
2-0 to Devers. You got Refsnyder on deck. Pitch is drilled down the right field line, but foul. Holy smokes.
That one just about got to the Prue.
Cutter way outside the pole, but up onto the Sam Adams deck. You just do not see that. I mean, that's almost a 400-foot foul ball.
Long strike.
2-1. Pitch is drilled into left center field, and that is going to get to the wall past the dive of Lord. He went for it and did not make the play. Duran comes home to score. Red Sox are on the board. It's another double for Devers, and at last a run. It's 6-1.
Well, you had to think with the lack of overpowering, lack of swing and miss stuff from Anderson, you were going to start to see a little more hard contact. You didn't think it was going to come from the lefties, but you pointed out about his splits. Lefties hit him hard because he does not use the changeup to those guys.
That's his 17th double now into the top 5 in the American League. I can totally understand that risk reward out there in left field trying to dive.
Oh, in this game, absolutely.
Here's Refsnyder. The pitch is strike. Changeup on the inside corner.
So coming into today, Raffy was hitting .330 with 34 RBIs here at Fenway Park this year.
Look at you with your little notes.
You like that?
Prepared.
A little nugget.
0-1. Pitch is fouled off. Refsnyder got a cutter, and it's 0-2.
You'll realize the days that I pull double duty and I do pre and post game, there's a little more prep.
That kind of hurts my feelings.
No, okay, yeah, it should. You're right.
I got to be ready for TC, but when I'm with Will, man, forget it. A run in, 1 out, 0-2 with Devers at second. Refsnyder waits. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Man, twice he's done that. Refsnyder fooled badly by that changeup. And there are 2 down for Carlos Narvaez. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
6-1 LA. 2 down. Here's Carlos, who watches the throw from the catcher Ohapi back to second. Raffy back there standing. A little weird spot to try to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's still early. It's the 3rd inning, so they're going to play the game regardless of the score.
Looks like another run would be really big here. 1-0 to Carlos. Of course, so would 2. Pitch is high. Good patience. Fastball, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, and I was watching the replay of the changeup. There's a close-up of it, and it is the exact four-seam rotation and spin as his four-seam fastball. That's why it's so lethal. You can't pick up the spin and differentiate it.
2-0, and Narvaez swings over the top of another changeup, 2-1.
So many times, guys with good changeups, there's a four-seam fastball with the four-seam rotation, but then it's a two-seam tilted changeup rotation and spin. But not with Anderson. It's exactly like his fastball. That's what makes it even tougher to hit.
Devers at second. He doubled in, the only run so far for the Red Sox. 2-1 the pitch. He is swung on and missed. There's a fastball. I mean, and that's the power of the changeup because 88 looks 98.
That's exactly it, right? He can pitch backwards. He can use that 88 in. Guys are going to be late. We saw Trevor Story get blown up on it after the first pitch changeup. They play so well off of each other.
2-2 to Carlos Narvaez. The pitch in the dirt. Good take. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going crosstown clubs, Citgo saves you money on every fill-up along the way. When you start with Citgo, you are good to go. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Narvaez takes the ball. That's a great plate appearance. You want base runners in games like this. Nice patience, and they're 2 on with 2 out for roaming.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with Narvaez, just the mature approach, but the way he can make adjustments in between at bats and watching the other players at bats and how they're going. And he realizes these counts that Anderson loves to go to the changeup. It starts at the bottom of the zone, looks like a strike, and then fades below the zone.
Barry Enright is the Angel pitching coach. He's to the mound. The Rivalry Report, sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care in New York. 833-79-RIVER or riverspringresidences.org/radio to schedule a tour. You know Barry?
Barry is one of the best golfers I know.
Really?
He's like a +3 or 4.
Come on.
No. He goes out and shoots 67 every time he plays.
Wow.
He's unreal. He lives out in Arizona. Ball flies a little bit out there, but
still.
I'm pretty sure he's probably got his sticks here. He's got connections all over the place. And, brother, he is a stick.
Must be nice.
I'm just telling you that in case he asks you to play and you don't know, I don't want you to lose your house.
Money. Here's Romy. After a pitching visit like that, are you thinking any one thing or another, not necessarily with a guy like Anderson?
I'm thinking right back to his plan. Changeups away, fastballs in.
Here it is, and it is swung on a miss. There's a changeup. The bottom just fell out of that thing, and it's 0-1.
It's a gravity ball. You know, it doesn't have any crazy pronation or turnover trying to get a lot of movement. It's simply just deception.
0-1 to Romy, and a fastball right there. That was borderline. Looked to be a little in, but close enough, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and look, Anderson's going to get the borderline calls because he's around the zone so much.
Man, would you love another hit right here? 6-1 Angels. The pitch is low. Changeup.
And it's hard to sit on a guy's changeup like this because rarely does it land in the zone. But it's in the zone almost all the way until the hitting point, and then it just fades below it or off.
1-2 to Gonzalez. Devers at second. Narvaez at first. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him with a changeup, and the inning is over. That is his moneymaker. Sox get a run, but that's it. 5-run Angel lead after 3 on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your Block Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride and some fresh ocean air on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Joe Adele, who homered his first time, leads off the top of the fourth inning for LA Angels. They've had fun tonight. 6-1 they lead. 3 homers in the first inning. Adele takes a pitch inside. Herb Chambers' batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. Fitting, we got a great note from our good friend Sarah Langs on that. The 1-0 strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, and it is fitting on Lou Gehrig night, right? You're celebrating and honoring those who deal with ALS.
1-1 is swung on a missed.
In which Sarah is fighting as we speak. But she had a great note. The Angels are the first visiting team in Fenway Park history with 3 homers in the first inning of a game.
Isn't that unbelievable?
All the games that have been played here, that one, I would have bet a lot that had happened before.
One time? Here's a pitch that is called a strike, slider at the bottom of the zone. And Dobbins is doing his job, keeping it where it is. That is his, count him, 3rd strikeout. I mean, this place has been open for 113 years. And that's never happened before.
3 homers in the first anywhere are pretty rare.
I would say. Here's Rengifo, who lines one down the left field side. That's another hit for him. Duran races to his right. Good job to limit that to a single. And Rengifo has twice lined balls that way. This time a hit. Get you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. The question at Sox Booth on Twitter is, who will be the best outfielder all time among Trout, who's here, Judge, and Mookie?
Oh, geez.
What a question that is. Here's Scott Kingery, the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Well, they're all going to get a plaque.
They are.
And a statue.
I mean, I think there's no doubt that right now, Trout has far and away had the best career of all those guys. 3 MVPs. 0-1. Pitch is on the ground to third. Nice stop there by Toro. He gloves, throws to second for one. Campbell's relay not in time.
Holy.
What a play by Toro over there at third. Hot shot.
I mean, that thing was smoked at him. He was playing in the baseline, so about 15 feet closer to the plate than his normal alignment, just in case of a bunt. I mean, this is a one-hot little skipper right into his glove, one step to his left. Didn't quite have time to turn the double play because he did leave his feet a bit.
Still a pretty money throw to Campbell there at second.
It really was.
You know, what's crazy about this is, like 3-4 years ago, it would have been no debate about those 3 as Zach Neto takes a slider from Dobbins outside. Ball 1, 6-1 Angels in the top of the 4th. But Judge is starting to make it interesting, I think.
Well, when Judge ends up with, around 150 homers in 3 years, that'll do it.
1-0. Pitch outside. So in his last 2 fully healthy seasons, 62 and 58 homers.
Goodness.
And this year in 58 games, he's hit 21. Crazy. And an all-time OPS this year for Judge of 1248. Here's a chopper foul on the third base side.
You said 12?
12. When you hit 400, that helps.
And that's with no Soto.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Trout is that he had a 5-year period like the one that Judge is on right now.
Yeah, his peak was ridiculous.
And it was early.
You add tremendous outfield play with stealing bases and speed.
I think it would have been really fun to have those two at their peaks in the American League at the same time, going back and forth for MVPs. But really, as Trout just started to get more injured and fall off a little bit, that's when Aaron Judge really emerged. Right. And, of course, then you had Ohtani over there, too.
I was going to say, Judge would probably have a couple more plaques had it not been for Ohtani.
2-2 to Zach Neto. 2 down with a runner aboard in the top of the 4th. Now it's everybody in the NL's got to deal with him. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Dobbins has been great. 97 miles an hour, top of the zone. 6-1 Angels, bottom 4 next in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sail away on the Black Island Ferry. Take a trip back to carefree times. The
Your Block Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride and some fresh ocean air on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith. Visit blockislandferry.com or call 866-783-7996 for more information.
Test, check 1, 2. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Does that sound all right? Ah, that's better. You can always tell something's missing when you get isolated results. Like AI that's only right for one of your systems. Get AI that can work across your data and applications. Learn more at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility. From global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite. By Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
6-1 Angels. Red Sox will have Toro, Story, and Rafaela. Herb Chambers' batting order is Abraham has had a really nice night on both sides. A single and 2 great defensive plays. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Herb Chambers' batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Danvers and Millbury.
It's an aggressive Fiat.
Fiat. Military Fiat.
With their accent marks there? Or like
Fiat.
Fiat.
Change up on the corner. It's 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a changeup, and there's one away.
I'll tell you what, that changeup's good tonight. It's not just a Red Sox problem. I mean, he is putting this thing in a perfect spot over and over again to these right-handed batters.
Here's Trevor, who grounded his shortstop his first time. I think the baseball world was a little bit surprised last night by a decision made by the Kansas City Royals as all Red Sox nation waits for Roman Anthony. The pitch to Story is swung on and missed. Cut fastball. And it is 0-1. Roman Anthony not here yet. And Craig Breslow has spoke on a number of occasions about how they think there's some boxes still to check on and on about what he needs to prove down there. A 1 is high. In some ways, other than the roster being what it is, the Red Sox do have a lot of outfielders. The DH spot is taken by Devers. Those things are, credible reasons to not have him up here. 1-1 is a ground ball on the left side. The shortstop Neto backhands, throws to first, and this is beautifully picked, but Shonwell came off the bag. I didn't see that, Will. We'll take a minute here. I'm sure the Angels will want to look at that. I thought when the ball got to the glove, the foot was still on the bag.
It sure looked like it from up here. See if Ron Washington wants to take a look.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, he does.
That didn't look all that close to me. Well,
his heel was slipping. Now, his toe was off the bag.
Yeah.
I don't know if the umpire, Chris Guccione, could see that his heel was still on the corner of the bag.
Now we get the look that matters, and it's impossible to really see. I think the fact, Will,
it is close.
That the call was off the bag and safe means it might stay that way.
Safe call at first base.
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know if they're going to be able to overturn it because this might be our best angle.
It's so hard to see.
I think his heel was still on the back.
I do too. Like the back spikes.
It stayed on just a hair longer.
And we're talking frame by frame here just as the ball gets into the glove. Anyway, the Red Sox are talking about, Anthony's development needs as the replay review center in New York looks this one over. And in the meantime, as all this conversation throughout baseball swirls about when to call prospects up, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds, but essentially this is the time of year where teams can reasonably guess that if they promote young players, they are not going to get another full year of Major League service time, which determines when you're a free agent, when you reach arbitration. It has a lot to do with how much money you make and how soon you make it. It's this weird carve-out called Super 2 that was put into place to protect the best, youngest players from not being sort of manipulated and getting them into the bigger dollars, guys like Mike Trout and Aaron Judge and Mookie, to big bucks sooner. And it's a moving target. You can never know exactly the date. It has to do with all the other people. I guess it's the top 22% or something.
Correct. Yeah, and you start looking at right after the first week in June when you hit that number, and the Royals called him up right before. Maybe there's been some talks about maybe him possibly signing an extension early, and maybe that's why.
Well, I mean, maybe that's part of all these call-ups. We're going to do it, but we need you to come to the table.
Yeah. I think Roman has said no.
Yeah. I think he's pretty confident in his ability.
I would be too.
But can you imagine? I mean, Mookie talked about it all the time, about the $100 million that he turned down the first time was the hardest for him.
What's that like?
Right. Hello to our good friend Kevin Franzen. Here's the call from New York.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner's out. Los Angeles will retain their challenge.
I think they got that right.
I think they did too. He just missed it.
As dictated by a fiat in New York. I literally I'm flipping this baseball around, and I almost just bobbled it onto somebody's head down below.
Well, there's a net.
Well, that's good. Well, then it would have gone onto the field.
I would have been up here pointing at you.
Game pause.
It was him.
Here's Cedon Rafaela after that delay. Anyway, that's deep in the weeds, but that is what front offices think about these days. I want to call these kids up. Cedon, of course, he has his extension. Swings it, fouls it off, a changeup, and it's strike one. Most people think, like this weekend, you're safe, no matter what. To not have that triggered. It'd be fun to have him in New York. The 0-1 is fouled back. It would also be fun for the Red Sox to be within shouting distance of the Yankees when they get there.
That would be nice. It's not a good start.
No. Trailing 6-1 tonight.
Well, the thing, too, is the Angels limped in here. They'd lost 7 of 8. Listen to this. Over those 8 games, they had a team on-base percentage of .260.
0-2. Driven foul down the right side.
I mean, just not even getting on base.
Well, think about it, though. I mean, when the Red Sox saw the Minnesota Twins, they lost 8 of 9. Twins win a series. When they saw the White Sox, they had lost 8 in a row. 0-2 to Rafaela. Pitch in the dirt. They just have not taken care of business. Red Sox on so many different levels. Kevin Franzen, the TV analyst for the Washington Nationals. We got a lot of friends with the Nats. Dave Jagler. Kev. 1-2. Line shot. What a leaping grab at shortstop by Neto. Wow. He just went up the ladder and took a hit away from Rafaela. Inning over, that kind of night for the Red Sox. They're 4-6-1 LA on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite. Trusted by over 41,000 businesses, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook Navigating Global Trade: 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/special. That's netsuite.com/special.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, and Shawnuel batting for the 3rd time in this 5th inning. He takes a fastball outside from Hunter Dobbins for ball 1. 6-1 Angels. So, do you have an answer to that question about Mookie, Judge, and Mike Trout?
That's such a... There is no... Is there a wrong answer?
No.
I think by the end of it, overall numbers, how old is Judge right now?
I think he's 31. No, he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
So?
Well, he played at least 3 years at Fresno State, so he didn't get in early. You go first.
1-2 pitch is a curveball, and that's down to the dirt. 2-2. It's impossible. I mean, they're all going to the Hall of Fame, as you said.
Yeah.
I just have this real hunch that when it's all said and done, the crazy thing is Trout is still only 33 too. It's just that he did it so young. He was immediately the best player. 2-2 is high.
I think it's going to be Judge.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And we have to be fair about it. Legacy franchise. He, too, decided to stay there his whole career. He's on TV all the time. He's playing in World Series. The 3-2 is fouled off. Of course, he's not been good at all in the postseason, Judge. And I think baseball has been robbed by the fact that Mike Trout has only been there one time.
That was my point. 2014 was the last time and only time he was in the postseason, which is just, robbing baseball fans.
Yeah. That's why I think a lot of people sort of hoped he would leave the Angels, who just cannot get it right. Pitch is fouled off. And he is a happy guy there. He's loyal.
I wanted him to leave, but I also didn't want him to be in pinstripes.
That's a good point.
He could have, I know Philly, he's a Jersey boy, so possibly the Phillies, and he's a big Eagles fan.
He would look pretty good at Fenway.
I had nightmares of him, being in pinstripes in the Bronx.
Well, I think that's what everybody assumed. 3-2 is inside ball 4. I mean, they are such the little sister out there, especially with what the Dodgers have been doing, but they really have been forever.
Okay, so I want to bring this up. We talk about what the Dodgers are doing. That they obviously spent all that money on payroll. I guess they deferred a lot of money. I get that. They're traveling with 2 planes now.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did.
What? What?
Not my favorite. Here's Taylor Ward. He hits one foul on the third base side. They have gotten to the point with so many stars, including some that had reputations as being real leaders, that they don't want to be around anybody who's not players. So if you're not in uniform between the lines, you're not on the plane or in the hotel with them. They do 2 planes, 2 hotels.
So basically, media and analytics group.
Yeah.
Any front office members?
Not with them.
I mean, there's Rich and then there's Dodgers Rich.
Well, they've been proving that.
Magic Wallet or Johnson, whatever his name is.
I just think does their fans, I think, a real disservice. We're obviously biased, but you got to be around to tell stories and learn about what's going on. 1-1 to Taylor Ward. 6-1 Angels is a line hopper to second base, caught in the fly by Campbell. He throws to first a little late. That thing just kept up in the air. I thought that was going to bounce, but Campbell went to his left, made the play. Shawnuel dove back into the bag just in time.
Ward hit it off the end of the bat, so it kind of just floated. I thought he crushed it at first, and it was getting the gap, but he just kind of floated up for Campbell to get to it. Is it the Guggenheim? Is that the ownership group?
Yeah, they got all kinds of cash. Here's a slider on the inside corner to Jorge Soler for strike 1. And what do you know? 4th inning bell brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. As fastball to Soler misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down in the top of the 5th pitch. Swung on a miss. I'm not one of these people, Will, who thinks that the Dodgers are doing anything wrong or bad for baseball necessarily in a spiteful kind of way, but I do think it needs to get fixed. It's one of the many things that are coming up in the next CBA. 1-2 is a chopper to third. Toro dives, gloves, comes to his feet, throws wide of the bag, but Campbell picks it out on the backhand side.
Nice play.
Nicely done, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, that's a tough play. One of the hardest plays for a third baseman is hard hit ball to your left in that 6 hole. He lays out here, gloves it, gets up on a knee, and makes, yes, a low throw, but you're not turning the double play any ways. But good job by Campbell going down low, leaving a foot on the base, almost acting as a first baseman there to get the out.
So now 2 down for Mike Trout, who's homered to Cambridge and singled, and he's almost hit with a fastball up in it. And that is part of what Hunter Dobbins does. He fears no one. He wants to establish that inner
Trout
half.
kind of looked up like, what was your name again?
He did it to Bobby Witt when we were in Kansas City.
Yes, he buzzed the tower.
1-0. Pitch is drilled to left field. If it's high enough, it's out of here, but it won't be. It's just a missile that catches Green. And because Soler is stuck at second, it's a wall ball Fenway special single for Mike Trout. That'll leave a mark. Wow.
Screamer.
He said, you want to come high and tight on me?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too, is he's been around this game long enough. He came up at him with a fastball. I'm going to sit on the slider, and sit did he.
Yep.
That had to have been like 110 off the bat.
Oh, at least.
110 exactly.
Excuse me. Here's a liner. You need a tissue out to right. Refsnyder's got it. We're going to add up his exit velocities when we come back. I mean, unbelievable production for Trout here tonight. 6-1 halfway home at Fenway Park. Angels lead in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow The Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Oh, the happiest marriage proposals of the whole year. We need some
That was a good
smiles
one.
in our lives.
Some good juju up here.
See if we
I
could.
do not support Fenway proposals, though.
That one was lovely.
That was the best I've seen.
Yeah. They were both very moved by it.
They were on the video board, and it almost like they didn't realize they were yet. You could tell he was nervous.
Oh, God. Weren't you? Here's Christian Campbell. He swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 0-1.
I won't be as nervous the next time.
Jenny's not listening. After all you've put her through this weekend, too, jokes like that are not kind.
Jeez.
0-1 pitch is fouled on the first base side, and it is 0-2. Jaron makes a play off the netting there. The whole section stood up. I mean, you would have to imagine if you do that at Fenway Park, don't you get like 19 rounds of beers bought for you?
Oh, you would think so.
Start your own beer snake. 0-2 to Campbell.
In that case, I might fake a proposal next time I'm here.
0-2. That is down and in. I'm in.
All right.
We spend more time with each other than we do our wives anyway.
Not even debatable.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Campbell cannot believe it. His travails continue. And with 1 down, here comes the top of the order. And Jarren Duran. Fourth inning was brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today. Your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Duran takes a strike. This guy, Anderson's been good. Oh, it's 0-1. Where did you propose?
Newport.
Oh, boy. 0-1.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's very good. Sounds romantic. Did you pull off a surprise?
Yeah, I did. On the cliff walk.
That's awesome. So hard to do it. I think everybody kind of has a sense that things are going a certain way.
Yeah, she did not.
Good.
Well,
1-1. Pitch is outside.
The true surprise was the fact that I flew in a bunch of her friends and family.
Ooh.
So, Diego's there, the Mexican food spot.
Mm-hmm.
We show up for dinner and everybody's there.
Cool.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike to Jarren Duran. Pitch. Swing and a miss. The changeup is still working, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he doesn't throw it a lot to lefties either, but Jarren smoked the ball off the wall in his last at bat on the fastball away. So he goes away with the changeup there and really fooled him.
And this guy, only 46 strikeouts in 61 innings coming in, and again, the issue continues for the Red Sox. 5 strikeouts in 5 innings. 2-2 to Jarren. Is a high drive in the left center field. This thing's going to carry, and it's going to catch Green again. Duran, a carbon copy. That is encouraging. He's got a 1-out double, and that is the 11th ball this year he's hit off the monster.
Yeah, let him keep feeling that feeling right there, and we're going to start seeing 2024 Jarren Duran a lot more often.
Now that he's been to Diego's, is Logan O'Hoppy's going to walk to the mound here before Devers bats. I have a lot of people speaking through what sound like airport headphones to me.
I thought that was just me. I thought, I didn't know if we were under attack. If I was getting someone's Call of Duty stream through my headset.
I guess what everybody's trying to get me to do is talk about how that's another double for diabetes and $50 to the American Diabetes Association. Brought to you in part by the Mass Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org. Find the right plan for you and your family. And Charlie Brown's teacher.
Womp womp.
I'd like to see if Devers could lift off right here, make this a game again. Doubled in a run his last time here. He swings and misses at a changeup. And it's 0-1.
Tell you what, that changeup is filthy tonight.
6-1 LA, but that could change in a major way right now. And if so, Pepper, who just got proposed to, would be the good luck charm as Devers takes a ball in the dirt.
I didn't, so when it was up on the screen, I didn't really read it. I just saw Pepper, and Hunter Dobbins was on the mound, so I thought it was like a Dr. Pepper ad. And then I realized what was happening.
It said, Pepper, I've been waiting my whole life for you.
And I was
Will
like,
you marry me?
Dr. Pepper, I've been waiting.
1-1 is low. I mean, Hunter's got to be Pepper's favorite pitcher, don't you think?
I would think so.
Devers has scalded 2 balls to sort of center field, left center. So we could do that again here. Refsnyder on deck. 2-1 is way outside. Slider. So now this gets really fun because in a 5-run game, I think Anderson, no matter how good Devers is going to be inclined to test him here. 3-1 with Duran at second. Here's the pitch, and Rafi takes one low in the dirt. You'll take it. I mean, that's a changeup in the dirt, and now the Red Sox, with only 1 out, have 2 men aboard.
That's a good take, and I mean, you got to start taking this changeup. Unfortunately, it does look like the four seam out of the hand. He's got 21 swings on the changeup, 12 whiffs. My goodness.
Wow. It's been a good one, to say the least. They have a left-hander up in their bullpen, which is interesting. Not really a throwing, just kind of stretching out. Refsnyder has not seen it well tonight. 2 strikeouts. The pitch is inside. Cutter, he's not thrown many of those. And it's 1-0. Fenway trying to come alive.
I feel like you could pretty much just book a changeup right here.
Yeah. Duran at second, Devers at first. 1-0 is inside. Cutter again, and it's 2-0.
Interesting. Now he's gone 2-0 and he's gone 3-0 changeups a lot. He's only, well, I say a lot, in the few times he's been in those counts tonight.
2-0 to Refsnyder. The pitch is a perfect changeup. I mean, he never can guess that one is not going to dance out of the zone. That was a hanger, but understandable take. 2-1.
Yeah, and I could honestly see him going back fastball in right here, trying to get a ground ball, but changeup's his go-to pitch.
Here it is, and Refsnyder fouls it off. That was a great changeup. Bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. Really just about the loveliest night of the year, other than the score. Now the sky really turning dark purple and black, streaks of orange just beyond the Coca-Cola sign. Refsnyder thinking about making the moment a little bit more beautiful. 2-2 though. The pitch is in the dirt, and Duran breaks for third. Throw is not in time. You have to get there if you go, and Jaron barely did. Nice recovery by O'Hoppe, and it's 3-2 to Refsnyder.
Yeah, I don't love how close that play was. You're down 5 in the 5th. You're going to score on a single. They're probably not even going to try to throw you out, even if it's a hard hit ball to left, just because of the score.
Angels thought about looking. They will not. Hunter Strickland, longtime veteran, hard thrower, up in the pen.
Old minor league roommate of mine.
Paging Bryce Harper.
Oh, goodness.
That was so ridiculous. Bryce has gotten into it with a couple relievers, including our buddy Jonathan Papelbon.
Well, they were on the same team, so that's a little different.
3-2. The pitch is fouled back to the screen. Man, Refsnyder wants that one back. I mean, that's 89 inner half, thigh high, and he just missed it.
And that is a product of a good changeup all night, is no one's hitting his fastball that well. Lefties are. Righties are having trouble.
Three and two. Pitch is drilled high and deep into left field. This thing is back. It's off the green. Raffy rounds second. A good read there. And it's an RBI hit for Refsnyder. He is screaming over at first base. And it's 6-2. See what they do for Carlos Narvaez.
Just honestly great adjustment by Rob Refsnyder. The changeup ate him alive in his first 2 at-bats. He grinded this at-bat out. He fouled a couple tough pitches off, finally got a changeup in the zone and rifles it off the wall there for the RBI.
Well, isn't it crazy now that the tying run will be on deck in Romy Gonzalez? Remember, I mean, the Red Sox have a ton of options off the bench if they do go to somebody like Hunter Strickland. Hamilton, Meyer, and Abreu, all from the left side. Narvaez rips one down the line. Fair ball. It's going to roll to the corner. Devers scores. Refsnyder behind him. He is held. That thing was way deep in the corner, but with only one out, the Red Sox will be patient. It's a laser beam double for Narvaez, and it's 6-3.
I'll tell you what, Narvi just staying hot. This was an absolute frozen rope over the third baseman into the corner. I'm with Kyle Hudson on holding up right there. It's going to be very close play. If it's close in this type game, you don't want to run into an out.
Yeah, it's Refsnyder who can move, but if it's Duran, he's obviously coming all the way home. I don't know. I just thought Ward took a long time to get over to that ball, as it is. Second and third, one out. The Red Sox trying to make this thing a game again. Hunter Strickland coming on out of the L.A. bullpen when we come back in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate
today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hunter Strickland is on. He will see Romy Gonzalez. A little too early to kind of go all in for Alex Cora. He really likes to save people like Hamilton and his speed, Abreu and his power for later on in the game. It's amazing. It's still only the bottom of the 5th inning. I mean, a hit here would make things so very interesting. And you got a hard-throwing righty, Hunter Strickland, who comes in having not allowed a run in 5 appearances on the mound. On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, the Tigers continue to lead in Chicago 5-0 that game in the 4th inning. Milwaukee, God, how hot are they? They've won 8 in a row. They lead in Cincinnati 3-2 in the 5th. A little love goes a long way. In the 25 Subaru Forester hybrid, learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Well, in a lot of ways, the decision to hold Ref Snyder, I'm sure Kyle Hudson feels a lot better about it. Not only that he was convicted about it, but they're going to play the infield back. So you can get that run in without even a hit here.
You can't run into an out there. So if you question it at all, if you think it's going to be a close play, you just don't send them.
Here's Romy. 1 for 2. 2nd and 3rd, the pitch is outside. Called a ball, slider. And it is 1-0. This guy one time had one of the biggest arms in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't throw as hard anymore. 93 mostly with a fastball. 1-0 to Romy. The pitch is outside. Good take with a slider, and it's 2-0. The switch hitting Toro is on deck.
Yeah, and he's going to be left-handed, which he sees the ball so much better from that side of the plate.
2-0. Here it is. Romy takes a strike. He looked like he wanted to see one all the way, and that was actually right at the bottom of the zone. In a 2-strike count, he probably offers at that. But
yeah, you want to see a strike. Guy comes in the game. He has not found the zone yet. Make him throw a strike.
What a key sequence this is. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch is on the ground, softly foul outside of 3rd. Power sinker, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Strickland, a 18th rounder in 2007 by the Boston Red Sox. He was in this minor league system here before being traded to the Pirates. And yes, he did have a big fastball. He was up to 100 miles an hour at one point.
You must find a way to put the ball in play right here. Plain and simple. 6-3 Angels, 2nd and 3rd, though, for the Red Sox with only 1 out. Strickland is ready. The pitch is grounded inside the first base bag. Fair ball. 2 runs will score. Ref Snyder home. So too Narvaez. Head first dive. Romy, my homie. A 2-run double, and it's 6-5 Angels.
I mean, just a perfect 2-strike approach. I'm up here thinking, here comes the slider down and away. It's a fastball painted down and away. 2-strike approach shortens up, just to your point. Have to put the ball in play. And he just throws the barrel at it, smokes it right over the first base bag for a big 2-run double.
And how about doing that having not played for 2 weeks?
2 rehab games? What, 8 at-bats, 7 at-bats?
Well, and now the tying run in scoring position because of his aggression on the bases. Fenway is alive. The pitch is outside. And all of a sudden, the calculations in the Red Sox bullpen start to change.
Yep, that's, look, 5 straight base runners. Double, walk, single, double, double. Here they come.
No place like it when this place awakens. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner slider.
You know, I don't know about you, but like you kind of had that feeling. You know, you fall down 6 early, but you're thinking, okay, they have to bring something from that Atlanta series with them. A little bit of fight, and you're starting to see it.
Yes, you are. Hit here would likely tie the game. The 1-1 is up the middle, past the glove of Strickland. It's handled by the shortstop Neto behind the bag. He throws to first in time, and they're 2 away for Trevor Story. Now, no matter whether they can get this tying run in, what a huge bottom of the 5th this has been.
Well, I like this matchup for Trevor, right? We're seeing 92, 94 miles an hour, not overpowering, which can give him trouble when he's not going well. The slider, he does throw a good amount, but it's not a huge breaking slider, so he should be able to pick this up out of Strickland's hand.
Trevor's 0 for 2 tonight. The pitch is on the inside corner fastball. two-seamer, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, just a good two-seamer right there. That's a pitch that Strickland has added over the last few years as he has lost velocity with that four-seamer.
0-1. Gonzalez at third with 2 down. 4 Red Sox runs in. The pitch is fouled on the third base side. I think that's one he'd like to get back. I mean, it was a sinker, actually, that came in on the hands. He broke his bat. That probably will not thrill Story because that thing's been hot.
Well, start a new streak with a new one. How about that?
Code word of the game, by the way, is perfect game. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points.
This has been the furthest thing from a perfect game.
No.
11 runs scored through 5.
Yeah, but a win would be perfect.
Oh, give that to me. Pepper got engaged.
Listen, that was the good luck charm.
Tell me about it. Let's get her season tickets.
Pepper, you're welcome anytime.
Pepper in the wall is what they've been doing.
And by the way, here we are again. The patience from Devers and the walk with a 5-run lead.
Totally.
0-2 to Trevor. Tying run at third, 2 down. Only dancing around over there. And now Story calls time. Two. The pitch is a little high. Good take. He offered it that for most of the season. Story did. 1-2.
Well, you would think the book tells you slider down and away off that fastball up.
Here is a swing and a miss at a slider. Exactly that. That's the one that's given him so much difficulty. He's gone, but the Red Sox score 4. We got a new ball game at Fenway, 6-5 after 5 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Baseball is back. The 2025 MLB season is upon us. So what's the easiest way to keep up with all the big stars, top scores, and fun storylines from the night before? What's the solution? Is there a secret?
Chocolate milk and squats. That's the secret.
Not quite, Pete, but there is the Morning Lineup podcast, a quick, less than 10-minute morning highlight show from MLB. It airs Mondays through Fridays on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. You bring the chocolate milk, we'll bring the baseball news.
Looking for a career that offers a 6-figure income, world-class health benefits, and a fixed benefit pension? With just a high school equivalency certificate in fluent English, you can join us. We have excellent education incentives. I started with just a high school diploma, and now I can provide my family with a great life. The benefits are amazing and the job security is unbeatable. Become a correctional officer by applying today at doc.ri.gov/apply.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, got ourselves a game at Fenway. Joe Adele to lead it off for the Angels in the 6th inning. Here's a drive to deep left field. This thing is launched, and Adele's got another home run. Just when you get 4 in to make it a 1-run game. So often the story this year, that was an absolute bomb, and it's 7-5 Angels. There is something about this pitcher, Hunter Dobbins, the second time hitters see him.
Yeah, and that's a slider, just middle, right? If you're looking slider, which a lot of these guys will first pitch, because we do spin the ball just about more than anybody in baseball, that is the one you're looking for.
Here now, Luis Rengifo, a little bit of the air out of the balloon, a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. You just see it so often in baseball, and unfortunately you see it so often with this Red Sox team. Bad spin that gets utterly pounded.
Well, teams are looking for it. We throw it so much. Of course, they're going to, if they get one over the plate, they're not missing it because they are looking for it and expecting it.
1-1, popped up. Sort of between the plate and the mound, Narvaez flips the mask away. Down comes Romy, but Carlos up to it. He's one away. He threw the mask away. Now the umpire and the bat boy come together as the hockey goalie style mask hit the ground. The PitchCom transponder flipped out.
Can't lose that, and we can't call pitches.
Well, I wish it had malfunctioned on that slider that Dobbins just threw Joe Adell.
Maybe it did.
Could be. One thing you hear from a lot of these Red Sox pitchers, which I absolutely adore, is the growing confidence that Carlos Narvaez has behind the plate.
Yep.
Scott Kingery, right-handed hitter, 7-5 Angels. Pitch is inside. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales event. Like, he is adamant now. What I call, you need to throw.
Yeah.
1-0 is a high pop-up. First base side, drifting foul. Romy by the coach's box, now toward fair territory. Ooh. Lunges back and makes the play. Nicely done, 2 away.
I don't know what it is about Fenway. I think maybe because the third deck isn't as high. Pop-ups were always so much tougher at Fenway than anywhere else. And I think that is simply because wind is available to affect the fly ball much more just because the stadium's not as high.
7-5 after the leadoff homer. Top of the 6th. Dobbins shakes, now says yes. Zach Neto, right-handed hitter, takes a curveball outside for ball 1. But Alex says when Narvaez gets a couple shakes he doesn't like, he's now just marching to the mound. Either that or we've heard from pitchers, he'll press the same button like 6 times in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Slider, 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 slider. This was a slider that missed 2-0.
Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking. Well, Dobbins looks like a bobblehead.
2-0 pitch. He is on a line to short on 1 hop. Story's got it. Gloves and throws to first in time, inning over. Disappointing to give up the solar home run, but that's all they'll get. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 7-5 Angels. Boston will have Cedon, Campbell, and Duran after this. Shaw's and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, what up? It's Wiggy, and the big thing in America today is your health and how you feel. But if pain is getting in the way of that, I'm talking about knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain throughout your body, and you don't want to deal with pills every day, you don't want to deal with steroids, injections, and you don't want to deal with surgery, well, I got the place for you. And that's QC Kinetics. They're the medical professionals and doctors that do it the right way. Their regenerative treatments take your own body's healing power and help heal and restore your damaged tissues. So say goodbye to knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain. QC Kinetics has helped thousands of people, and they'd be honored to help you as well. If you want to move around this summer without that chronic pain, here's what you need to do. Set up a free consultation at QC Kinetics. Call 617-644-PAIN. That's 617-644-PAIN.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the bottom of the sixth we go. Cedar Rafaela to lead it off. The Red Sox even want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards. And the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Spend $50, get your code, and enter. Here's Cedar who fouls it off. Well, they go to the lefty here, Reed Detmers, who's been in the big leagues forever, because you got Cedar and then Campbell, but they care most about Duran and Devers, who are looming. 0-1. Pitch is up and in. If memory serves, I think this guy's a former first-round pick of the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, former no-hitter, too. May 10th, 2022, and his 11th career start.
That'll do. Here's a swing and a miss by Cedar, and another two-strike count for him.
And Detmer still got a live fastball. Going to average around 95.
1-2 is pop foul on the first base side.
Ooh, 97. Okay. Well, these numbers also are him as a starter. Now he's in the bullpen and reaching back for a little more. He's always had a good fastball.
One ball, two strikes with Birdie and Whitlock up as Cedar swings and fouls one off on the first base side. And it's a ball and two strikes. Next one, fouled back. Cedar just has not consistently gotten in an offensive groove enough this year. They really wanted to pull the ball in the air. They've not done that at all. Or at least not often enough. 1-2. Inside, almost hit him. Slider, and it's 2-2. Leading off the bottom of the sixth inning, the 2-2 pitch. Cedar, a little comebacker. Cue shot off the end of the bat. Detmers comes in. The catcher, O'Hoppe, picks it up. No chance. Not in time. Once Detmers veered off, they had no shot to make that play. Infield swinging bunt hit to begin the sixth.
I was hoping Detmers tried to pick it up because for a lefty to 360 throw right there, he probably throws it down the line. That's probably why O'Hoppe said, no, let me take the chance. But with the speed of Cedar, I mean, he was just about lighting a fire down the line. He could smell a hit.
What do you think the exit velocity was on that baby?
12.
Hey, you know what? In 10 years when he tells his
launch angle
kids,
too.
it was a scorcher. Here's Christian Campbell, who takes way high and outside. Two-run Angel lead. They scored 6 in the first. The launch angle was negative 75.
Yeah, well, 47.9 off the bat.
Crushed it. 1-0, swing and a foul back. You know, watching Christian Campbell take batting practice before the game today, I'm not a hitting expert, but when he stays back on his right side and doesn't lunge forward, that's when those lightning quick hands can really go to work. 1-1. Leadoff man aboard. The pitch is fouled back.
That's a really good swing. 96 up and in. You know, he doesn't handle the ball in great. He's on the plate. He kind of dives over the plate at times. Up and in is tough for him to get to, but he was all over that one when he fouled it back.
1 ball, 2 strikes. No lead at all for Cedar. The pitch is inside. Did it hit him? He thinks so. And now they're going to look into the video room. That'd be funny because the last time Christian did not think he was hit, he got an infield knock taken away from him, and they're going to say no. Mike Friendly said, you were not hit.
It was the glove that hit him. He knew something touched him. Okay. That makes me feel better.
That's all right. He's going to pay it off right here. He's going to do something more than be hit by a pitch. 2-2. Here it is. And he chops one on the right side. The second baseman, Gehrig, to his left. Spins and throws to second. Did he keep his foot on the bag? They say yes. I know the Red Sox will look at that. The shortstop, Neto, coming across the bag, had to reach up and get it in the glove with his tippy toes on the bag. If he did, that's spectacular. I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
Hurry up. You got to say challenge right now or never do it. Wow. They won't look. Wow, first look, I thought he was off the bag.
Well, they're not going to waste they're not going to lose their challenge if they're not absolutely sure. Now, this angle, we couldn't tell.
It don't sync up when the ball catches the glove. The toe is on it.
Okay. That was, they showed a different angle.
The one behind?
Yeah, and it looked like as the ball was hitting the glove, he was barely tapping the corner. It was really close, but you don't want to, since the call was that on the field, you don't want to waste it if they can't overturn it.
All right, here's Duran, who's doubled off the monster his last 2 times here. He's brushed back with a curveball that slipped out of Detmer's hands. And it is 1-0. 7-5 Angels, pitch black skies, the Sitco sign fully illuminated. That's a good target right here for Duran. 1-0 is way outside a fastball, and it's 2-0. I think most people 90 minutes ago would not have envisioned we'd have this much drama late in this game. 2-0 is a strike. Bottom of the zone, perfect sinker, and it's 2-1. Lefties are hitting .286 against Detmers. That's a little surprising. See what Duran can do right here. 2-1. And Detmers steps off. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. I think if the Red Sox score even 1 run here, you'll see Whitlock. Otherwise, it'd be Birdie. Both are up in the pen. 2-1. The pitch is a little looper into right center field. That's down for a hit. Campbell did not read it well at all, but he will hold at second base. And Duran has his 3rd straight hit. And the Red Sox have the tying runs aboard again for Devers. And here comes Barry Enright, but first 10 seconds station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks. Man, this thing all of a sudden, it's like every play is dramatic. Balls off feet, tags on bags, little blooper there. And they're going to talk about how in the world to go after Rafi Devers in this spot.
I just love baseball. I mean, this is just, you go from just a clunker of a game, 6-0 earlier, thinking, here we go. We got to grind through this one again. Here we go. Going to waste arms. Well, Dobbins been throwing the ball really well, and this offense just coming alive and just turning this thing into a ball game.
They got their best guy right now in Devers, who is 1 for 9 with a strikeout against Detmers. 2 on, 1 out. Still just the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Rafi swings and fouls it off on the third base side.
Just trying to poke a single through the left side there, Rafi, huh?
No shot. Like drill it through the wall.
Goodness.
I mean, the thing about Duran is now Devers has his 17th double today. Almost any double is going to tie the game.
No kidding. He was trying to hit that one to the airport.
0-1. Pitch is popped up into shallow left field toward the line. Coming on is Ward, and he will get there to make the play. So Devers shaking out his hands. In fact, Detmers has done both of that to Duran and Devers. And is Ron Washington going to stick with the lefty here to face Rob Refsnyder?
It sure looks like it.
Wow. Now that is a matchup the Red Sox will take. This is one that is just old school, going on feel. In the modern game, you do not see this, but not only that, Will, they don't have anybody up.
Yeah, and look, Detmers doesn't have a changeup. That's what was tough for Refsnyder, his first 2 at-bats.
2 on, 2 out for Refsnyder. Beautiful single his last time. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the inside corner. Slider. That was right there, and it's 0-1. Campbell at second, Duran at first. Here's the 0-1, and it is inside. Good take and fastball, 96. He still has a really big arm, Detmers does, and it's 1-1. Snyder swings and drills one foul outside the third base bag.
That ball scorched, heads up Kyle Hudson. Maybe heads down. Get out of the way.
So now a 1-2 count to Refsnyder. The pitch. Refsnyder tries to check his swing and does. Wow, is that a big break down there?
That's a close one.
Yeah. Chris Guccione, the crew chief, said he did not go.
Ooh, that could have gone either way right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Refsnyder takes a fastball high. And it's 3-2.
I don't think, well, obviously he doesn't want to load these things up, but Narvaez on deck, nobody up in the pen. You got to think he's challenging Refsnyder right here.
It's the go-ahead run, amazingly. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They'll be off with a pitch, Campbell and Duran. They go. The 3-2 is low. Ball 4. Refsnyder draws a walk, and the bases are loaded. I think the Red Sox might have caught a break on that pitch.
I think they caught 2 breaks in a row because it was borderline on the check swing on the 2-2 count. And 3-2 fastball, slider, hard slider, 90 miles an hour right on the inner corner. Detmer doesn't get the call.
It's a potential game changer. And you know the Angels are over there saying, where's the challenge system? Can they cash in the break?
Whatever you do, don't tap your helmet. You will get thrown out of the game.
That was so stupid. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Pitch is pop foul. Ooh. Carlos is always ready to hit. And he was late there on 96, and it's 0-1. I just cannot get over the composure that Rob Refsnyder always puts on display. Now almost any hit ties this game. With Duran now at second. 0-1. Pitch is foul on the first base side. He got another fastball late, and it's 0-2. (7-5) Angels. Base is loaded with 2 down. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it is chopped on the left side of the infield. Neto comes in, he gloves, Crow hops, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. More frustration for the Red Sox in this one. They have now left 8 men on base. But we go to the 7th inning. Fun game. 7-5 Angels lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast!
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories.
They're listening to us right now.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Shh, they're here.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Nick Birdie is on for the Red Sox. Last pitch Saturday in Atlanta. He's had 2 good ones for the Sox. This one is important. It's the heart of the Angel order. And this is something Alex Cora talks about over and over again about how the second wave of those relievers need to step up. Birdie's chance to do that here for Nolan Schanuel first. That's a fastball that's a little bit outside. Herb Chambers' batting order: Schanuel, Ward, and Soler. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Kia of Burlington. 1-0. Birdie throws, and he misses outside with a sinker. 2-0. Cannot walk the leadoff guy. But whether it was Zach Kelly or others, they just need guys who are not their extreme high leverage guys to hold the line. 2-0 is a strike on the outside corner. Good sinker, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Birdie's got good late movement on that two-seamer, mid-90s.
2-1 to Schanuel, who's walked twice and flied to center. This guy got called up the year he was drafted as he takes a sinker outside. 3-1.
I saw him play in college there at FAU in Boca, about, 20 minutes from my house down in Florida. Good ball player.
You're so rich. 3-1.
What?
Birdie is ready. He throws, and that's a strike. Had to be on the outside corner. 3-2. He's a big dude, Schanuel is.
How big a boy is he?
Not as big as Birdie, actually. 3-2. Pitch is on the ground to the right side, backhanded by Romy. That was smooth, and he feeds to Birdie and overthrows him over his head, and now Birdie got stepped on at the first base bag. And now he's rolling his right ankle as he walks back to the bag. You so often see that. He just didn't lead him to the bag enough. The throw kind of sailed on him. Anthony Cerundolo, Alex Cora are out. And I maybe misspoke. Maybe he just rolled his ankle in the bag rather than get stepped on. I couldn't really tell.
I thought maybe he got stepped on. I'm looking for a roll. Yeah, his right outside, outside of his toes, outside of his foot got stepped on. But yeah, he didn't roll it, which is encouraging because that pain from being stepped on will subside.
Well, now he's walking over onto the field to throw some practice pitches to see how it feels. That will be an error on Romy. And again, I mean, you've been there so many times. That's not an easy play.
No, and once a first baseman gets that far from the bag on a backhand, which if Campbell gets to that ball, it's still going to be a tough play. I think Romy made the right play trying to get that ball. Now, you just have to really stay in your legs and work on throwing that ball low because it's so easy to just pop up, stand up, and you let it fly, and it ends up on the on-deck circle.
Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. I think he looks fine. He's going to stay in the game.
Yeah. Well, metal spikes on your foot never feels good. Unless it's in a walk-off and everybody's jumping around. But even then, it's not great.
All right, here's Taylor Ward. He's already got 16 homers. Again, this is one of those outings. He's got to keep the game where it is. He made a pitch. Error made behind him. Second of the day for the Red Sox. Here's Ward batting right, and he takes a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, you would love to use that sinker in on the hands of Ward right here or get a nice little 6-4-3 double play.
The first error was on Toro in that disastrous 6-run first. 0-1 to Ward. Pitch. That's a slider, and he wasn't looking for that. He steps out of the way, called a strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, nice pitch to get ahead right here, but so many times we don't want to see them wasting pitches. Be efficient here. If you miss, make it small.
0-2. The pitch. Slider fouled off. Well, that was not small
That's
spin.
not where you want to throw it.
That's dangerous. And pitching is hard. Executing pitches is hard. But in 2 strike counts this year, the Red Sox have done way too much of that. 0-2. Leadoff man aboard. He reached on an error. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. I think Ron Washington would have lost his mind right there.
I mean, that's more like it, though. That's the 2-strike slider you're looking for. It starts middle away, breaks about 8 inches off the plate, and you get a check swing.
1-2. Not really double play depth at all for the Red Sox. Story way over in the hole. Campbell back as well. The 1-2 is way outside. In fact, conventional double play depth no longer really exists.
No, they're playing for more range, right? And as hard as guys hit balls, you can have a couple more steps of range and still turn the double play.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield is toward the triangle. Cedon way over in center. Birdie sets. He throws. And a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. He did not stop on the sinker there. And there's one away.
Telling you what, that sinker is really good from Nick Birdie. That starts middle in and just dives towards the back foot.
They might have got a break there, too. That was very close. Big first out. Here now, Jorge Soler. Always a threat to pound one deep. Here's the pitch, and it is a check swing on a slider that misses outside. Ball 1. I mean, really, in the game, this is like Franchi Cordero, Judgian type power.
Uh-oh.
1-0. Runner at first. There's no such thing as a jinx. The set, the pitch, and that's outside with a fastball. It's 2-0. You're wiping your brow over there. As if anything I ever say has any bearing on what will happen down there.
Okay. I won't question it. I don't want to jinx it.
What a wild game this has been. Trying to stay within 2. Birdie falling behind Soler. 2-0. The pitch is outside. Well, you got Mike Trout on deck. Dicey spot here. You can feel and even hear the angst in this crowd right now. He's thinking one thing right here, Soler. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Perfectly placed outside corner, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that's where you have to live against a guy like this. Anything middle in, elevated, he's going to get the head out on and try to kill you. Got to stay away.
Birdie stands tall. 3-1. The pitch is outside. Ball 4. So in a game you desperately need a 0, an error and a walk, and now 2 on with 1 out for the guy who's destroyed 3 baseballs in Mike Trout. And Andrew Bailey's going to come out and talk things over.
This is where they do a team prayer when there's a guy like Mike Trout at the plate.
Yeah, especially the way he's swinging it.
Oh, my gosh.
3 for 3 today.
He's coming off a 3 for 4 either yesterday or the day before in Cleveland.
Well, you remember in those halcyon years for him early in his career, I mean, he would do this kind of stuff all the time. 2 homer games, 3 homer games.
Yeah. He was one of the guys that I was most uncomfortable playing third base against.
I believe that.
Because his bat speed, his hand speed, and he stays inside the baseball and turns on the ball just about harder than anyone. And it was uncomfortable because his lightning fast bat speed and the ball was just on you.
So here we go. 2 on, 1 out. And Trout stands in.
Well, he is due to get out.
Tonight he is. Birdie sets. He throws, and Trout rips one on the ground to third. Toro backhands it. He'll step on the bag. Throw to first. In time! What a stretch by Romy!
What?
Nobody in the world happier than Gonzalez. They play around his error. Have a night, Abraham Toro.
What a play in a huge spot to keep this a 2-run game.
I mean, that was another one absolutely scorched, but the Red Sox make a play, and they go to the stretch. Trailing 7-5 in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
On your own way now.
Great solos don't make a symphony. In music or AI, get AI that's in tune with your business at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
On your own way now.
Dominate your fantasy baseball league with Fantasy Baseball Today, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. Join Scott White, Chris Towers, and me, Frank Stanfill, every weekday as we recap every player from every game. We'll get you the latest news, waiver wire ads and drops, trades to make, prospect promotions, and everything else you need to take down your league. Follow and listen to Fantasy Baseball Today on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, after making that great stretch to sort of work around his own error, now Romy Gonzalez leads it off as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. That was just fabulous from Abraham Toro. Romy leads it off. He's doubled and singled and struck out. So much for taking time to get back. He takes a strike from Ryan Zefferjohn, the Red Sox farmhand. 5.23 ERA for the right-hander. 0-1 to Gonzalez, then Toro, and then Story, the pitch. Breaking ball softly grounded back to the mound. It's gloved by Zefferjohn. He underhand flips to first, and there's one away.
Just keep going back to that double play right there. Number one, Birdie making a really good pitch with that sinker, trying to get in on Mike Trout, which is nearly impossible to do. And Toro just getting to the line on a slide and then doing all the rest by himself. And great stretch by Romy as well.
This guy, a third-round pick in 2019 by the Sox out of Kansas. Here's Toro batting from the left side. He swings and misses at a cut. You know, one thing about him, you could speak to this far more than I, but he often kind of slides, dives, goes to his feet or knees when he's making plays over there at third. Here's a pitch that's outside. He seems more comfortable just like making sure I get there no matter what.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you're not a natural at a certain position, you especially at third base, you always want to stay behind the baseball, and you'll see that a lot of guys getting real low.
1-1. The pitch is chopped foul. This guy went over to the Angels last year when the Red Sox traded for Luis Garcia at the deadline, along with Matthew Lugo, who's having a really nice start to his big league time. Garcia now with the Dodgers. He's hurt.
Lugo just got recalled today, I believe.
I think he hit 3 homers in his first week in the big leagues.
Huh. And then they sent him down?
Yeah. Go get him.
Thanks for your service.
1-2 to Abraham Toro. Luis Guerrero's warming for the Sox. The pitch is inside. That almost hit him. The sweeper, and it's 2-2. Again, the Red Sox have Abreu, Hamilton, and Marcelo on the bench. 7-5. This game had a flurry of action in the 5th and 6th innings. It's kind of quieted since, especially for the Red Sox hitters. 2-2. Toro rips it foul. Look out on the first base side. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. This thing's had a little bit of everything. Challenges, homers, big-time drama. 2-2. Line drive down the left field line, but just foul.
Zefferjohn, I mean, he throws 98. But he only throws his fastball about 25% of the time. Throws a lot of cutters. He's got a really good cutter. He leans on that. He's got a sweeper, too. But it's just, I always think it's interesting when guys throw nearly 100 miles an hour and hardly use it. No wonder we drafted him.
2-2. Pitch is ripped foul outside of first. I mean, there is this school of thought prevailing right now that it doesn't matter how hard you throw, fastballs get hit.
Well, I get it, but also it's like we want to throw your best pitch. But if a guy throws 99, is that not considered that's so hard to hit?
2-2. Pitch is a soft ground ball. He's really battling again. Is Toro. We've seen so much of this from him. I mean, to your point, this year, hitting .269 against his four-seamer, but that's about the average against everything. 2-2. One down, bases empty in the bottom of the seventh. Toro waits. The pitch is swung on a miss. He got him 97, and they're two away. And you're hoping that the story of this game was not written in the very first inning when the Angels lifted off 3 homers, 6 runs. Speaking of stories, here's Trevor. Get you caught up on the scores in a moment, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Wow, how about the Tigers? 2 down, here's Story. Foul back. Little love goes a long way in the 25 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Detroit 10, White Sox 0. 6th inning. A lot of people be talking more about the White Sox were it not for the Colorado Rockies. 0-1 inside. Colorado has a chance to have the worst season by far in Major League history.
9-50?
Yeah.
That's it?
And they're losing again tonight.
That means they're pacing, what, 25 wins or so?
1-1. Pitch. Trevor fouls it on the first base side and out of play. They're 9-50. It's a little back of the envelope math here. Kind of win pace, that is. They are on pace to have the worst winning percentage in the history of the sport going back to 1880.
Chicago Spiders?
I think that's right. Here's a 1-2 fastball. Strike 3 called. Story is gone. He does not like it. But the call will end the bottom of the 7th. 7-5 Angels. To the 8th we go on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Luis Guerrero is on for the Red Sox as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox, a lot of mixed emotions around this game. On the one hand, after the 6-run first, happy to be in it. It's 7-5 LA. As Logan O'Hoppe, right-handed hitter, takes a fastball for strike 1. On the other, they've sort of stalled offensively these last few innings because the Angels, they're dying for wins. They've gone to their best relievers. 0-1 pitch. Guerrero gets a great swing and a miss, a nasty slider, and it's 0-2.
Well, Guerrero can be really effective when he gets ahead with that fastball. He's got a loud 98-mile-per-hour moving, sinking fastball. I just like to see him use it a little more.
0-2. Way outside. Easy take there. Results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers. Question of the day. We talked about Judge, Trout, and Mookie, who in the end will have the best run. Our fans think pretty convincingly to be Mookie. 1-2. Pitch is high in the air into right field. Refsnyder drifts to his right. He's there to make the play. 1 down. He's out with a fractured toe as we speak right now. Of course, Red Sox fans remember all too well that he won the MVP here in 2018. He finished second 2 years ago. I mean, Mike Trout is a 3-time MVP. People forget that somehow. Here's Joe Adele, who's got 2 homers in the game. He takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
The best ability is availability.
Yeah, that's true.
Trout has just not been there lately.
It's almost like a Sandy Koufax kind of a run. The 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss at a slider. It's 1-1. Now he's come back. He didn't obviously retire, and he's had some good years. But what his peak 5, I mean, really stacks up with the best 5-year run of almost anybody ever.
Totally.
7-5 Angels, top 8. The pitch is popped up on the first base side foul, and it'll get into the seats. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Red Sox trying to keep it right here. They'd have Cedon, Campbell, and Duran due up. 1-2. Right-hander throwing for the Angels is a swing and a foul. I feel very confident that David Hamilton would hit for Christian Campbell.
Yeah, same. Alex likes putting his glove at second base late in games as well.
You know, it's also not impossible that Wilyer Abreu hits for Cedon. I mean, he might try to save him for the ninth, but those would be big hitters. You could easily move Refsnyder to left, Duran to center. We'll see. 1-2, a little outside with the fastball. 2-2. Alex looks for late windows at the bottom of the order, and you got one of those coming up. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, base is empty in this top of the 8th inning. The pitch is a foul. He was fooled there by slider, but just got the end of the bat on it. Remains 2-2. Big savings are sizzling at Shaw's and Star Market right now. Value pack beef T-bone or New York strip steak. Lamb loin chops, bone in, $7.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. Limit 2. 2-2 pitch. High pop down the right field line behind the bag. Over goes Romy by the tarp, and Gonzalez. What a play. Backpedaling. Not easy at all, and there's 2 down.
That's one of those times when it's nice having somewhat of a utility player at first base. On those pop-ups like that, you get those big burly first basemen. They're not good going back there by the tarp making those plays like that. Romy looked very comfortable.
I was going to ask you, and not that you were big and burly, but do you feel like when you're over there by the tarp, when it's in the air that high, are you kind of like on roller skates?
Yeah, and you start running, staring at the sky too, and you get off balance.
Oh man, you could easily blow one out. Here's a line hopper to third. Toro's been really good. He throws to first in time. Hitting over. Vamos, Toro. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-5 Angels. We'll see what Alex Cora does. It's slated to be Cedon, Campbell, and Duran after this in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI. Red Sox.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
This Friday, I'd like to go hunting.
The greatest action franchise of the past decade
How do I start doing what you do?
reloads.
Looks like you already have.
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina, rated R.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow The Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
New pitcher for the Angels is Hector Neris, longtime Philly and great with the Astros. And he will see Cedon, who's going to be allowed to hit a PitchCom issue for Neris before his outing begins. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame Show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. Offers going fast. The Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Well, Neris got to make sure the split button works because he loves it. He throws that pitch a ton. Basically a two-pitch guy, fastball, split, but the split has always been very good. Tons of drop to it.
Christian Campbell is also out on deck. And I know at times Alex Cora has saved Hamilton's speed for late in these games. See what happens here with Cedon. He's 1 for 3 today. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball, 92, and it's 0-1.
Well, lefties in the past have had a lot of issues with Neris because of the split. And that could be part of it. I mean, yeah, lefties hitting 133 against them, righties 400.
Well, there's your answer. This guy, world champion in 2022 with the Astros. 0-1. Inside corner is strike, and it's 0-2. Hamilton does not have a bat, but Marcelo Meyer does. That's interesting. Red Sox dugout. 0-2. Pitch is high and foul down the right field line. Neris, what a career he's had. And my God, was he a workhorse for a lot of seasons.
Oh, yeah.
High 60s and 70s in terms of appearances with the Phillies. 0-2. Is outside. Our normal Yankee cheer has gotten a little more profane tonight.
Well, they're gearing up for that first series of the year.
We'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Going to get closer than where they are right now. 8.5. The 1-2 is a chopper foul. Third base side. You know, this is not any longer the flame-throwing Neris. He used to have a huge arm. So maybe sort of a more comfortable at bat for guys like Rafaela.
Totally, yeah. When he was 97, it made the split that much better.
1-2. The pitch is drilled high and deep into left field. It is gone. Say done. Say yes. Solo shot, and the Red Sox within a run.
And you said it, the velocity not the same. That was 92 miles an hour, inner third, right where Cedon lives. He gets a heater right there, and see ya just about against the back wall on the walkway on the top of the monster.
That's been a while since we've seen the Wally mask in that dugout. Awesome swing from Cedon. And here's Campbell. The pitch is outside. Splitter taken for a ball.
I mean, that was obliterated, Willie. Ooh. My goodness, that just had a different sound to it. Ooh.
One 1-0 pitch is high, a fastball, and it's 2-0. I think you really want Campbell to be sort of patient here, don't you?
And you look
or maybe not.
Look one pitch. I mean, you're one swing away from tying this puppy up.
2-0. pitch is called a strike, and maybe it was perfect.
That was
bottom of the
perfect,
zone.
and that's a great take right there. Sometimes it's not about the pitches you swing at, it's about the ones you don't swing at.
What did we say? The Red Sox want Cedon to pull the ball in the air. That'll do that. 2-1 is in the dirt. Splitter not close. And it is 3-1. So now the Red Sox see a right-hander warm for the Angels. He has to face, Neris does, Duran, who's on deck. And now you start to wonder if Campbell gets on base. Is that where they'd use Hamilton? As a runner, as the tying run in this 8th inning. 3-1.
I would sell out fastball here. If you don't get it, that's fine.
The pitch is swung on in a comebacker to the mound. He got the fastball and it jammed him. Right back to the pitcher, and Campbell just is in a rut. One away.
You just can't be late in a 3-1 count, a hitter's count. You look for one pitch, you get it. You have to be ready for it. Him getting jammed to the pitcher on a fastball in right there tells me he's not looking for that pitch, yet he's swinging at it in a 3-1 count.
That is just not good enough for the Red Sox in that spot. So here's Duran, who's got hits in his last 3 at-bats. That pitch is a strike. Fastball top of the zone, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, this is where it can get tough. Sometimes certain pitchers are just more comfortable with a lefty in there when they have that split.
Run in, 1 out. The pitch is way outside fastball. Good take by Duran, and it's 1-1. Against Neris, Duran is 0 for 1. No Red Sox hitters have homers off of him until now. Here's a swing and a foul. That was the great splitter, and there you go. It's 1-2. Of course, not all lefties created equal. The Red Sox have Devers waiting on deck. A 7-6 game, 1-2. Sox trailing by a run, but speed at the plate and power on deck. One and 2 to Duran. The pitch is a check swing. Did he go? Whoa, no, he didn't. That was very close. But Edwin Moscoso says no. He checked, I think. 2-2. Right arm dangling down. This is the last hitter he technically has to face. 2-2 is a check swing. He did not go around. Oh, my goodness.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Now, that is absolutely horrendous.
Awful call.
Horrendous.
That's not even close.
I mean, Alex is coming out. Duran is yelling at him. He better be careful. Alex is going to try to keep Duran in the game here. And then I think Alex may make a U-turn. Kyle Hudson saying, what exactly did you see there?
I mean,
that was less of a swing than the one before.
That's not even close. This is embarrassing for a major league umpire.
That's just guessing, isn't it? Let me see the side replay. No. Brutal. Here's Devers. He swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1. I mean, all that technology just can't come soon enough to finding what is a check swing. So 2 down now. 0-1 to Devers. The pitch is skied down the left field line. Drifting foul. Heading to the corner. Ward is over there, and he makes the play. The inning is over. The Red Sox do get a bomb from Cedon, but no more, and a little controversy. We go to the 9th inning. 7-6. Angels on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
The march to spring training and opening day is upon us. Rob Bradford from Baseballs and Boring here, and we'll have you covered every single day with podcasts that aim to educate, entertain, and inform you as a baseball fan. Follow Baseballs and Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the ninth inning we go. Red Sox trailing 7-6. Kevin Newman, a pinch hitter, is on here. Fouls the first pitch from Luis Guerrero off. Kenley Jansen is up and warming in the LA bullpen. What he must be thinking about right now. 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Angels. 6-11-2 for the Red Sox. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass Lottery, who celebrate the game we love. From the baseball diamond to the lottery games that support all our 351 cities and towns. 0-2 is a high fly ball into center field. To his right, Cedon drifts over to make the play. And there's one down. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame show. Offers going fast to the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. So now 1 out, and here's the leadoff man, Neto. I just don't want to see Trout again in this ninth inning. Here's a high fly foul, first base side. 6 runs, 3 homers in the top of the first inning for the Angels. Boston got 1 back in the third on a Devers double, 4 in the fifth. Angels scratched 1 more across in the sixth and another Adele homer. 0-1 is a strike on the inside corner. Good sweeper there from Guerrero. 0-2, and then Rafaela homered in the bottom of the 8th, but that's all. Red Sox need 1 more to tie. Nice job so far by Guerrero. 0-2.
Yeah, it's jumping out of his hand. 0-2, he can pretty much do whatever he wants here. Neto will chase upstairs.
Pitch. That's exactly what he did. Fastball up the ladder, but taken, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that one not quite. I mean, that was nose high. Not going to get a swing on that one.
1-2. Neto homered to begin things and admired it, as he should have. Here's a slider in the dirt, 2-2. And this 2-2 pitch feels like it really should be exactly what you're talking about, elevated velocity. Two and 2. Here's the pitch, and a slider is outside. It missed, and so now 3-2.
See, that's the pitch I wanted. 1-2.
Yep.
Right. Instead, it's just uncompetitive pitches. The 1-2, 2-2. It's just like you find yourself in these full counts.
3-2. The pitch is on the ground toward third. Toro's just been unreal. He backhands in foul ground. Rose the first, picked out by Romy. Another highlight play by those two, and they're 2 away.
I mean, Toro, I thought, had plenty of time to catch that, stick his right foot in the ground, plant and throw, but instead goes with the Kobe, the fadeaway into the Angels dugout, and just Romy picking him up down low. That was a sweet play.
You know, something occurs to me as we see Kenley Jansen getting ready for the bottom of the 9th here. 7-6 Angels. Shawnuel grounds it to the right side. Campbell's got it. He will throw to first in time. Remember how bad Kenley is at controlling the running game. That's why they got Hamilton still in the quiver. Hopefully they'll get a chance to use him. Bottom 9 next. 7-6 Angels in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those three listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
The best moments in life weren't meant to sit in a box, gathering dust in the attic, or stuck on outdated tapes. They're meant to be seen, heard, and shared again and again. That's why Legacy Box exists, to help you preserve and relive your family's history. Imagine being able to text a video of your grandparents to your kids, or share a childhood memory with your siblings in seconds. Legacy Box makes it that easy. Just fill your Legacy Box with all your analog media. Send it to our headquarters in Tennessee, where we digitize everything by hand. And in just a few weeks, we'll send back your originals, digitized, preserved, and stored in the cloud, so you can easily stream, download, and share your memories anytime, anywhere. Join the millions of families that have trusted Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/value for 50% off. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Kenley Jansen on the mound at Fenway with the Angels, greeted by a chorus of boos.
I would just love a walk-off right here.
Wilyer Abreu to pinch hit for Refsnyder against Kenley, who's not pitching well for the Angels. Third base side, we know cutters are coming. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Cutter at 94, and it's 0-1. And Kenley pitched well for the Red Sox, especially in his first season here, but the way it ended is the reason he gets booed.
Yeah, a lot of people felt like he quit on the team.
Yeah, 0-1 is a called strike. Perfect cutter. We've seen that a lot of times to Abreu. 0-2.
Yeah, backdoor cutter. That one is so hard to swing at away from you. It starts off the plate and then comes back last second.
Narvaez out on deck. 0-2. The pitch. Wilyer takes way high. Fastball. This pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Iservay. Abreu has cooled off a lot. 247. But 13 homers. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Wilyer swings and misses. Fastball. He has not hit those lately. And it's a big first down for Kenley Jansen and the Angels.
Yeah, that was a well-executed fastball 6 inches above the top of the strike zone. That one wasn't the cutter. That was the two-seamer. But when he throws it up there, it just kind of can rise above the bat.
So Carlos Narvaez is next. For now, Romy is out on deck. Kenley sets, he throws, and it's low. I mean, it's not obviously in the same realm as the Rivera cutter, but it is remarkable how much money and how many saves this guy has with basically one pitch.
I faced him. I mean, it is a tough at bat.
1-0. The pitch. He is up and in, and you're talking about the end of last season. Kenley was feeling a little something, and basically with a month to go, he just left the team with not much announcement about it. 2-0 to Carlos Narvaez. One-run Angel lead in the ninth. The pitch is popped up into shallow center field. Back and it goes Rengifo. In comes the center fielder Adele. And he's there to make the play, and the Red Sox are down to their last out.
Well, Narvi got a good pitch right there, an advantage count, just missed it. He got the cutter. That one just kind of backed up and spun. That's why it got in on him just a touch.
So many ways that Campbell at bat with nobody out in the eighth inning changed a lot of stuff. See if they can overcome it right here.
That in the 6th spot, the first.
Well, that too. Here's Romy. Pitch is inside, cutter. That was off. Can you ever sit on a cutter?
Yeah, totally. Well, you treat it like a fastball, just knowing it's going to move away. You look middle in and just wait for it to go middle away.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is fouled back. Well, he looked for it there, but it was so far in.
That's where, and even that can be effective when his cutter doesn't cut. You see the rotation, you expect it to move out over the plate, and then it stays in on your hands. That happened to Narvaez, 2-0.
2 down, bottom 9, 7-6 LA. The 1-1 is sky deep into right field. Back when it's Soler at the warning track on the run. He's there to make the play, and the ball game is over. The Red Sox come up just short, but in the end, the 6 runs in the first inning told the story of this game. Sox drop the opener to the Angels. Disappointment at Fenway. Back with the Nissan postgame show after this to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
48 new voicemails, 112 emails, 34 quote requests, 16 past due invoices, 5 job sites today, 2 crew members out sick. Being a home service business owner can be a lot more stressful than it seems. But Jobber is here to help. Organize, automate, and grow every part of your business with one platform that can do it all. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed and Odyssey podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Well, the Red Sox valiantly tried to claw out of a 6-run hole after the first inning, but in the end they come up a run short, 7-6. Angels win Game 1 here. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. Offers going fast to the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Let's take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
7-6, the final score. The Angels, in the end, kind of hang on. Zephyr John, the win. Fitz got hammered in the first inning. He gets the loss. Kenley Jansen comes back to Fenway and gets his 12th save. 2 hours, 48 minutes in front of 31,688. Thanks for spending part of your Monday night with us. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Same start time, 7:10 is the first pitch here at Fenway Park. The Red Sox will send Brian Bayo to the mound against Yusei Kikuchi. Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show can be heard beginning at 6:10. For Will Middlebrooks, Doug Lane, and Joe Braverman, Will Fleming saying so long from Fenway Park. 7-6. Angels win the opener on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow The Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like,
hey Google, cool down my car.
And,
hey Google, turn on the dog feeder.
Or change up your adventure.
Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue.
Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the Nissan Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Available on Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP for base models. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
If you're in the market for a great deal on Toyo tires, get to Town Fair Tire for your absolute best deal. Because at Town Fair Tire, you get the guaranteed lowest price on any Toyo tire. Plus, you get free services for life. And we honor all valid Toyo tire rebates. For the absolute best deal on Toyo tires, get to Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome in. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. These offers are going fast at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. A tough one here for the Red Sox at Fenway as they come back, but come up just short and fall to the Angels by a final score of 7-6. An Angels team that had been scuffling coming into this. Like we said about so many teams before this, the Red Sox at times this season have been absolute slump busters, and at other times not so much. It's really maddening. Nothing consistent, nothing you can really predict. It is just kind of random, and it was tonight another example of that. An Angels team that has been very light hitting, has averaged 2 runs per game in their last 8 games. In their last 8 games, they only scored 16 runs. Coming into tonight, they played 6 in the first inning, multiple home runs. The first team to ever in the history of Fenway Park hit 3 home runs in the first inning. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There's not a lot of logic to it, and that could be the catchphrase here for the 2025 Boston Red Sox. Let's go ahead and let everybody know that the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Tonight, Red Sox pitchers had 5 strikeouts. That means another $250 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. For every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this year, Red Sox Radio Network will donate $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation, and you should too. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.com to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K. Cedon Rafaela, the lone Red Sox home run tonight, his 4th of the season, means another $40 to Cars for Kids. We still got to get to the Subaru of New England postgame scoreboard. We will have our McFarland Energy play of the game, and we'll get you a recap here on what was another painful loss added to the list here for this 2025 Boston Red Sox team as they fall back to 4 games under 500, 29-33. They're still 1 game over 500 at home, 16-15 at the friendly confines of Fenway. That's all coming up next year on the Nissan Postgame Show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. These offers are going fast at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. We'll be right back after this.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple. but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 617-644-PAIN. That's 617-644-PAIN. 617-644-PAIN.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history podcast created by me, Professor Greg Jackson. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Kickstart your summer with Nissan. These offers are going fast at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Red Sox lose to the Angels in the first of this three-game set at Fenway Park by a final score of 7-6. For every double the Red Sox hit, we donate $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org and find the right plan for you and your family. 5 doubles hit tonight. Jaron Duran had 2 of them, Rafi Devers, Carlos Novaez, and Romy Gonzalez with the other 3. That means another $250, which brings us up to $3,250 on the season. The Subaru of New England scoreboard, a little love goes a long way in the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Learn more at SubaruofNewEngland.com. It was a light night here in the majors. There's not a lot of games here on this Monday, but we'll tell you about the Brewers, who were 3-2 winners over the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. The Rockies scored a 6-4 win over the Marlins. The Rockies now officially have double-digit wins, so congratulations to them. And remember, Red Sox fans, even when it seems really bad, at least you're not the Rockies. Some games in progress to tell you about, like the Tigers, who are all over the White Sox, another team you don't want to be. 13-1 your score in the bottom of the 9th inning in Chicago. No score in the bottom of the 2nd inning in San Francisco. Giants and Padres just getting underway. Same deal in Sacramento. Twins and A's scoreless in the bottom of the 1st. And the Mets have gotten on the board. They lead the Dodgers 1-0 in the top of the 1st inning at Dodger Stadium. All right, I put it off long enough. Let's go through this game. It's not much to tell you about here, as it got off to a very, very bad start. Zach Neto with a home run on the first, not the first pitch of the game, but at the first at bat of the game. He hit it on the 5th pitch he saw from Richard Fitz, who absolutely did not have it in this game. We remember when he pitched against Milwaukee, he was coming back from his injury rehab a little early. He pitched well against Milwaukee, but he did not have it tonight and was just tattooed in this first inning. That was all he would get, was just the first, as it got worse after that. Nolan Schanuel walked He scored on a fielding error by Abraham Toro after a single from Taylor Ward. Then Mike Trout hit a 454 tape measure shot out to center field. Not where right-handed hitters often hit home runs, as Will Fleming correctly pointed out. It was an absolute moonshot. A 3-run jack made it 5-0. Then Joe Adell poured it on with a home run of his own, 404 feet to left center field. Really just rockets flying out of Fenway Park tonight off the bats of these Angels in the first inning. That made it 6-0, and that would chase Richard Fitz, who would just assume forget this one here, as he just went 1 inning, allowed 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 home runs given up. His ERA balloons up to 4.71 with that pretty rough appearance. Hunter Dobbins would come on in relief and pitch 5 innings, allowing 1 run on 4 hits with a walk and 4 strikeouts, and eventually the Red Sox bats would start getting back to work. Rafael Devers with an RBI double in the 3rd inning to score Jarren Duran. Then in the 5th inning, that's when the Red Sox broke it open a little bit. A double from Duran. Devers walked. Duran goes to 3rd on a wild pitch by Tyler Anderson. Then Rob Refsnyder singled home Duran. Carlos Narvaez doubled home Devers. And then Romy Gonzalez, 2-run double scoring Narvaez and Refsnyder in the bottom of the 5th inning. That would make it 6-5. And the Red Sox would not enjoy that 1-run deficit for very long, as in the top of the 6th inning, Joe Adell came up and had his eyes set on the wall for the 2nd time tonight.
Joe Adell to lead it off for the Angels in the 6th inning. Here's a drive to deep left field. This thing is launched, and Adell's got another home run. Just when you get 4 in to make it a 1-run game. So often the story this year, that was an absolute bomb, and it's 7-5 Angels. There is something about this pitcher, Hunter Dobbins, the 2nd time hitters see him.
Unfortunately, that would make the deficit 2 runs, 7-5. The Red Sox would leave them loaded in the 6th inning. They'd get a solo home run from Ceddanne Rafaela in the bottom of the 8th inning to make it 7-6. But then in the 9th, against old friend Kenley Jansen, Wilyer Abreu struck out swinging. Carlos Narvaez popped out to center, and then Romy Gonzalez flew out to right field, and that was all she wrote. Red Sox lose this one 7-6, and that Joe Adell home run is your McFarland Energy play of the game. Upgrade your air conditioning system before the big summer rush at McFarlandEnergy.com. The final lines here for Fitz, as I told you, 1 inning, 6 runs on 4 hits with a walk and 3 home runs. He didn't strike out anybody. Tyler Anderson went 4 1/3 for the Angels, allowed 5 runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Neither starter exactly covering themselves in glory here, but for Fitz, it was a tough one. Nick Berti pitched an inning. That would be the 7th, walked a batter, but that was it. And then Luis Guerrero pitched the final 2 innings there. Jansen getting the save, his 12th on the season. And the Angels improved to 27-32 with the win. They improved to 17-17 away from Anaheim. The Red Sox again fall to 29-33. They are 16-15 at Fenway Park. Don't forget to tune into the Mass Mutual pregame show tomorrow. Talk to Mass Mutual today and feel comfortable about tomorrow. It'll be getting underway 6:10, same time as tonight, as Brian Bayo and Yusei Kikuchi will be the scheduled starting pitchers. Want to say thanks to the guys who got this game on the air tonight. Our engineer at Fenway Park is the great Doug Lane. The executive producer of Red Sox Baseball is Joe Braverman. For Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks, I'm Christian Arcan. Make sure you stick around to our flagship station, WEEI in Boston. We will have Red Sox review. No doubt a lot of frustrated fans want to react to another tease of a game here for your Boston Red Sox, and unfortunately another loss to open a series. We'll do that on flagship WEEI in Boston. If you want to get in line, the number is 617-779-7937. Again, the Angels 7, the Red Sox 6. I'm Christian Arcan. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody.
You have been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. You have been listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Swing and a miss. He got him. Mass Mutual. insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
And it's gone!
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Wait a minute, he got him!
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. CCLCO.com.
Way back! Grand slam!
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone! Into the bullpen!
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist.
This ball is crushed and it is gone!
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Grand slam home run!
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth. And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
At the wall, gone!
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
48 new voicemails, 112 emails, 34 quote requests, 16 past due invoices, 5 job sites today, 2 crew members out sick. Being a home service business owner can be a lot more stressful than it seems. But Jobber is here to help. Organize, automate, and grow every part of your business with one platform that can do it all. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
At Rent-A-Center, there are so many ways to own the best brands your own way. Our flexible ownership options put you in control, offering a tailored path to owning the products you love, because everyone has their own way to own. So how will you own yours? Tap the banner or visit rentacenter.com to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount needed to acquire ownership is paid in full or you exercise your early purchase option. Ownership is optional. You may cancel at any time.
Own your own way now.
617-644.
Dominate your fantasy baseball league with Fantasy Baseball Today, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. Join Scott White, Chris Towers, and me, Frank Stamfel, every weekday as we recap every player from every game. We'll get you the latest news, waiver wire ads and drops, trades to make, prospect promotions, and everything else you need to take down your league. Follow and listen to Fantasy Baseball Today on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's better up here.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Toyo tires, sells them all at the guaranteed lowest price, offers more free services for life than anywhere else, and Town Fair has well over 100 locations throughout New England and New York. The area's largest inventory of Toyo tires at the guaranteed lowest price, more locations, and the most free services for life. So for your next set of Toyo tires, remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Find premium protein at Whole Foods Market. Save 20% on no antibiotics ever organic air-chilled bone-in chicken drumsticks, thighs, or whole legs with Prime through June 3rd. It's the perfect entree for summer grilling. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
History That Doesn't Suck is a legit, seriously researched, hard-hitting history podcast told through entertaining stories. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is Red Sox Review, and it starts right now. Here's your host, Christian Arcand.
2 down, bottom 9, 7-6 LA. The 1-1 is sky deep into right field. Back when it's Soler at the warning track on the run. He's there to make the play. And the ball game is over. The Red Sox come up just short, but in the end, the 6 runs in the first inning told the story of this game.